Hello and happy Friday evening or night or Saturday morning, whatever the hell it is for you. Hello. How we doing, friends? It has been so long. For some of you, roughly an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. How we doing, friends? Mrs., thank you for the 3 months. Hello. Hi. I know. Shadow, thank you for the bitty splat. 35 months, dude. Thank you. Hey, don't call me a monkey butt. That's not very nice. Legend, thank you for the 45 months. Oh my, 41 months. God damn, dude. Jen, thank you for the 25 months. Rain, thank you for the 4. I streamed about 2 hours ago-ish. Yeah. Yeah, and we're back again. First ghosts. Let me run from some naders. Heck yeah. Ginger Snap, thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate you. Enchanted, thank you for the gifted, dude. Thank you. All right, so here's the plan. We are going to start off with some Phasmos. It's going to be more of the chill Phas for sure. And then after we're done with Phas, then we will switch over to some funnel runners. That is the plan. I'm probably going to let you guys vote on the maps. We got our Willow badge, by the way. For anybody that wasn't here earlier, we did get the Willer badge. So, hath been gotten. We do be good. Naders. Ray, thank you for the biddies. Tazzy, thank you for the 3 months. Hello. Oh my. What do I think about LeBron going to the 76ers? I don't care.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
I really don't care about basketball, so it doesn't really bother me too much. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Rebels, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. There we go. There we go. Here, I need to switch it over. Oh, I need to switch it over. What we'll do is we'll do... Do I want to do that? Or do I want to do the opposite? Do I want to do that and then put the kitty cat on it? Maybe that's the way. Little best of both worlds. Hey, Mr. 420, welcome back, friend. Chezza, good to see you. Hello. This one? Do that guy? Look, the cat's got the shades on. It's perfect. Hi, Bloops. Hello. He's a purty badge. He's a purty one. Quickly report on the zero friendly ghost, and yes, you are. Oh yeah, no. Same. Phoenix also, they did the same thing. They went in and they tried to do a map with friendly ghost and it worked swimmingly. So it was confirmed, yes, you can still do friendly ghost and get this badge. You do not even have to get hunted a single time. Yeah. So the badge the ID card that I'm rocking, this is the one that you get whenever you complete the Artist Retreat Willow Street. So you complete 50 times, you get this one. And then the badge that I'm rocking is from the Twitch drops. So if you already have the Twitch drops, there it is. If you haven't earned it yet, you watch the stream for 2 hours and you earn that, and also the ID card. So all the stuffs. Modest Dragon, thank you for the follow. So like I said, we'll start with some Phas, and then after Phas, we will switch it over. 'Tis the plan. Barely been out a week. Oh man. I'm good, Will. I appreciate it. Archmage, thank you for the year. What the hell? A whole flipping years? Get out of here. What is the significance of the flamingo? In the back, outside of Willow Street, there's a blow up flamingo out there. Yeah. Switching to funnel after we do a bit of Phas. Yes. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of Phas and then we will switch. Absolutely. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the subs and the biddies. Thank you, friends. All right, let us do this. All right. Hey, no, not that. Hey, we don't need any of that jazz. Hey, listen here, Hawk. Swear to God. All right, 1 through 14. You guys choose where we want to go. You vote once and you're good to go. Pink Floyd. Yeah. I'll let you guys decide. It doesn't have to be Willow. It can be whatever you guys want. You guys pick. How vote? Type in number. You see what everyone else is doing? You see the number they're picking? So you look at the screen, you see what number you want to do, and then you put the number into the chat, and then you hit enter. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right, go over here, do this. There we go. Sold. Easy peasy. I get free pizza? Wait, do I get the free pizza? Is that what that is? I swear to God. Don't use Brake's voice against me. Don't do this. Fancy, thank you for the biddies. J-Man, thank you for the 13 months, dude. Truly the most evil. Listen, again, I will reiterate this until the end of time. By doing a vote like that, you're doing it to you because you have to watch me go through the map. So watching someone walk through high school for 30 minutes, you're choosing to watch that. That's you. Free pizza for all. Let's go. I'm fine watching. Nix, don't say that. Don't say that. No, no. No, no. You had pizza too. We did too. We're choosing to watch you suffer. Don't try to make it sound okay. Bucketins, I swear to God. Some people like to see people tortured. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's not even a short-term torture. It's a long-term. You know what I mean? Hey, Lodge, how are you? Oh, hey, how are you? You just made sketties? I love sketties. Love sketty. All right, fine. We can go to high school. Whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. Do for high school prison? Prison, for sure. Absolutely. Prison for sure. Chicken wings. Ooh. Love some chicken wings. I don't eat chicken wings very often. Not super often. Why prison? Why do I like prison more than high school? It's a more interesting map. Yeah, it's just more interesting. I think that's probably the biggest thing. There was a pierogi fest. Oh, that sounds awesome. I just tried the weekly. Could not find the right room. Yeah, it sucks. It's not even just that it's on high school. It's that it's on high school with a friendly ghost. Yeah, that's rough. You get lost in prison. The more you play it, the better you would get, for sure. Yeah. FNAF, welcome back, dude. Katarzi, hello, hello. Blood Moon, please. No shot. No shot. Sub-Zero, hello. Oh my God. All right. Well, I guess we'll do a nightmare at high school. I guess that makes sense. Got a mimic on the challenge without the... Oh, without the ghost orb. Wait, what? You sure? Doing the weekly and I saw a ghost orb in the camera. Oh, let's go. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. Well, they want to send me to high school, so I guess, well, it is what it is. Whatever. Who said Blood Moon? We have to manifest that?
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment.
Yeah, see? You're not manifesting nothing. Not manifesting nothing. There's nothing in here. See? Easy. Just got your Willow badge. Nice. I just got mine earlier today. Go learn something. All right. All right. Jennifer. Wait. Yeah. All right. No, G-Nice. Oh, it's G-Nice. Let's see if we can get lucky with some orbs, too. I haven't had orbs at high school on the cameras in quite a long time. Odds of it happening are very, very low to begin with because there's only so many cameras that really matter. You're not going to have a ghost room out here. So they're not even really helpful. I guess they are if you have a van camper, but we don't have one of those. But we do have fog, so I can't complain about that. Did you know Phaz is going on Xbox? Are you asking me if I knew that Phasmo is on Xbox? They're not responding, so I don't know what to do. Yes. Yeah, I did know. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I forgot I had the upgraded parabolic. Oh, that's going to be beautiful. That's going to be beautiful. Okay. Let's do that with a side of one of these and a side of one of those. I think that's the way to do it. Yeah, I did know. I would sure hope a kinetic partner knows. Actually, wait, when did I post that? Hold on. Phaz on Virtual Boy? Shit, let's go. Dude, I would get a Virtual Boy. I had one of those back in the day. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Damn it. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. I have a video that I posted about it and everything. Was it like 3 years ago that I posted that? Shit, it's gone. Whatever. Anyway. Anywho. Smiley, thank you for the 3-month Prime. Talons, thank you for the 3 months. Blacklist, thank you for the biddies. All right, let's go. Phaz and oh my god, a monkey paw. Phaz and VR, I'm probably gonna wait. I've had some people reporting that it's still kind of buggy. So I'm just kind of waiting for it to get better. I feel like I just saw you. But did you though? But did you see me? It's insanely buggy. Okay. Oh, perfect. Let's go. It is, but still horrifying. Okay, but that doesn't change the fact that it's buggy. Why would I go out of the way to give myself a horrible experience because it's kind of scary? That sounds like a bad idea. I'd rather wait until we know that it's pristine and then I play. Trying to get Spawn into games with me by encouraging him to break anything he can so I can report it. See, that's the way. He was always really, really good at that. He's really, really good at breaking the game and having fun with it, which is good because you want to know that. Demonologist is way more terrifying. Yes, and way more scripted as well. Every scare that you get is basically in the same place every single time, except for when the ghost randomly pops up in a T-pose on top of the circle spinner. Yes. So once you get used to it, not really scary anymore. What's up, JJ? How are you? Mel carrying Doc yesterday. Well, we don't have a ghost. Do you see what you guys did? It's your fault. You did this. Vaughn, thank you for the 21 months. Earlier today was 20. What the? Excuse me? What the hell? What did you just say? Kev? What the hell? No. The ghost is downstairs. I heard it. It touched a Nor, but I don't know where it touched a Nor. Maybe it was a little... Watch it be like in the library or some shit. Hey, you in here? That'd be kind of great. Are you sure it wasn't a blurb? No, I saw it pop up on the parabolic. The break talking about farting 30 times. That was a blurb. For sure. That's a guarantee. That was a blurb. Think where the prime sub was off the counter. Oh, interesting. Come on, dude. Hey, Kitsune, how are you? Jeremy Pie, hello. Come on, I don't know where I heard it. It was this way, but I don't know how far. Oh, okay. Wow, that's way further away than I thought it was. Holy shit. Oh my god. What's up, hybrid? Maybe it's in Zipati? Are you taking a poo up? Okay. Over here. Okay. Over here. I remembered there was a pool door. Hello? Where you at, bruh? You hate this map? Yeah, I don't like it either. Ghosty week. Oh, wait a minute. No shot. You're over there? Oh, you sick bastard. sick son of a bitch. You're in here. Oh my god, this room is so large. God dang it. Man. Do a banshee whale. 3, 2, 1. The fuck? Blame Alexian. That sounds fine to me. I have a monkey paw. If I wanted to, I could start a hunt and do all that jazz. If I really don't care. You know. I can do it if you want. Wait, do what? Girlfriend, I enjoy watching the videos every night. Keep up the awesome work. Oh, thank you, Talons. Appreciate that. Oh, shit. I even brought my flashlight back to the truck. We're falling apart. Absolutely falling apart. Oh, that's okay. Oh, the banshee scream. Oh, no, no, no. That's okay. We want the ghosty to do it. We want ghosty to do it. Not chat. No, no. Had a tier 3 video camera and a tripod, and the ghost picked up the camera off the tripod and tossed it. Is that a glitch? I think it's a bug that's not supposed to be happening. So hopefully they'll fix it. Hopefully. Orbicles. Oh my god. Oh, shit balls. I did that to myself. Self-inflicted wounds. Oh, hey. It's not a mare. Hey-yo. Yeah, what they said. Was true or not, I don't know, but every time the new ghost comes and tries to find me, he always comes to the closet in the kitchen where I'm normally hiding out on Willow Street. Well, there's a problem with that pantry right now where the ghost is able to get you there. So if I were you, I would not hide in that pantry. Yeah, there's an issue there. There's an issue at Tanglewood. There's an issue at Edgefield. Like that same sort of hiding problem. So they are going to fix it next week with an update. I would just wait. Like before trying to hide there again, I would wait. Will your lighter slow your sanity light like the firelight? No. No, your lighter will not stop that. No. Oh, where at Tanglewood? The closet outside of Nancy's bedroom. I don't know. Am I trying for perfect? No. Absolutely not. Where? Is the orb hiding out in the light? Is that what's happening here? Yeah, it is. Okay. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Sounds good. The I just work here face. The Coach and Whitney Houston crossover. It's the one you never knew you needed. You never knew. Expected a jump scare when you looked at the camera for that blurb. No. This might be a little bit tough, but I don't know. Might get lucky. Might get lucky. I'll put the book there. I'll put the plate over here. I'll put the plate over here. We'll put the plate over here. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Hold on, wait for it to end. Wait for it to end. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you close? Okay, probably not. Freezing? Hyper! What's up, JK? How are you? Welcome in. Free Haven, thank you for the 17. Arabi, thank you for the 27 months. Hello. We're back. I know. I can't stay away, man. I'm sorry. Can't help myself. So we have orbicles and freezings. Oh no. That could be very unfortunate. I need to make sure that you don't have UV, first of all. Okay, you're still hanging out. Goody. And then I think we'll do one of these. Take one of these. Don't say no mimic time. No, no. No, no. My favorite ghost. No, it is not. Oh, wait. Let's talk about a mimic. Then, yeah. Love using the tier 1 spirit box and just talking to myself. Isn't it fun? A blast. Especially when the ghost is a spirit box ghost. It's such a great time. Hey, Das. Have a good night. Yeah, this is Nightmare. I'm supposed to only get 2. All right, hot shot. Where are you walking? We're on the search. Star search. Ghost? Oh. Well, there's no ghost here. It's hiding. Now, she was coming this way. Past tense. Was coming this way. Ooh. Close. Danger close. Danger close. Why did that have to be said several times? I don't think it's a mimic. What a beautiful song. All right, then have it at your wedding. What the fuck? Graham, thank you for the 39 months. What up, homie? What the shit? What the shit? I expect to be getting married to that song. All right. Hantu, Onryo, Revi, or Yurei. Well, I could make it hunt and we could listen to the speed. That would potentially give it away, but I guess we'll see. Banana what? No, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. Smudge. Smudge. Incidents repel. Capture a photo of an EMF. What? What? Put on Tom's stream today and ended up singing it at work all day. Oh my god. Yeah, then I got fired. Alright, let's turn this one on. Mm-hmm. Alright. Oh yeah, freezing temp photo. Easy peasy. Seeing something get tossed would be nice. I've learned so much about the game and appreciate it. Oh, of course, Boofy. Thank you, Kev. I asked too much of the ghosty? Do I? Maybe you just have to ask the right questions. You know what I mean? I don't know what that question is, but I'm sure we could figure it out together. Thank you for the biddies, Kev. Thank you, dude. I'll take a picture of an EMF if it wants to upchuck something. Upchuck, fart ball, whatever. You know, pick your poison. No? Okay, ghost is still in there. Good to deal. Good to know. Will they just have a dying need to up their potassium? I think that's what's going on here. I could be wrong. This high tower, hello. Okay. Welp. You want to play hardball? Let's play hardball. real flash? I don't know. TBD. TBD. I wish to trap the ghost. All right, 60 seconds. I'm close enough that I can hear it. I could have grabbed the parabolic, but whatever. I wonder if I did a wish to leave, if it would have let me get out of this room right now like this. I always try it with the outside door. I don't know if I've ever tried it in just a locked room. I wish to leave. It does nothing. I can't leave. It's just the outside doors. It's worth a shot. No, it did not work. No. Siraj, thank you for the 43 buds. Of course, now we know. So normal ghosty. Okay. So that immediately tells you probably not a Hantu. We would have heard it fast in its room. And it was not. Did they fix the new ghost? The ghost wasn't broken. I threw cans and stuff like 100 times and it was not slow like I saw on your stream. Did it try to hunt in between you throwing the stuff? Oh, there you are. So gaining speed, line of sight. That would tell you not a Hantu. There we go. Now the question is it a Ure or an Onryo? That's the problem. Tis the issues. What would you like to see if they ever add new evidence to Phas? I don't know. See, I personally don't think they need to add new evidence. I think we have a lot of stuff here. Adding, I mean, they could add another one, I guess, but I have no idea what that would even be. No clue. It's probably the same 6 or 7 times. Do you have a clip of it? All right, sanity is full up, which is great, which means that we can take this in there and this in there and another one of these in there and try this. Don't need evidence. I don't think I need more. Like I keep hearing that a lot. You son of a bitch. I keep hearing like more cursed objects, more ghosts, more this, more this, more this. I'm like, fuck, dude. Why can't we just fine tune what we have? Why can't we just take the things that we have and make them great? You have all these ghosts. Why can't we just deep dive these and make them better? Why do we have to add 17 more? That doesn't make sense. I still go finding the ghost room more stuff. I'd cry. Yeah, just too much. Too much. Yeah, see, all they want is bananas. I don't even know. I don't even know how to help them with that. I'd be happy with 35 goes to max out all the evidence combos. I don't even need 35. I'm fine with the 30 we have. The idea of adding more evidence and getting us up to 700 ghosts and you know, 1,700 maps, that sounds awful. That sounds terrible. Yo, where you at? That's a really large room. I can only assume that I'm losing sanity even with the lights are on. Can only assume. What's up, Moonlight? Fix everything before we even think of new things? Agreed. Ghosties right here. Now, come over here. Yeah. You back bendy sick bastard. No, leave my Sandy alone. No. Nobody puts Flash in the corner. Okay. Come on, ma'am. Shamaonya. Come on, you're hanging out with us. What's up, Brennan? Lady, we just talked about this. I appreciate you hanging out, but you're not blowing nothing out. What's up, Easton? Walk out for 5 minutes, we end up here? Yeah, they made me do it. What's the occasion? Mean chat? Chicktastic, thank you for the 37 months. They're not the same game at all, but I've been playing Sims 4 since it came out. They barely ever fixed all the wrong stuff with the game, but kept adding more and more, and it kept getting worse to the point the game became unplayable. What? Just fine-tune what we have, man. Fine-tune. Well, the ghost has been coming over here a lot, and oh, I thought I shut the light off. And not setting anything off. Chat blame for crimes we did not commit. Okay, I have proof. The Easter egg being gone, I do like that a lot. But no, with all the ghosts that we have, like, make some more unique abilities or behaviors with the ghosts that we already have. Keep it interesting, fine-tune, make it play better for everybody in multiplayer and single player. That's what I want. I'm not worried about new cursed possessions, new ghosts, new maps, new everything. Oh, real cute. Wow. Oh, wow. That's great. Wow, you're so cool. Is my volume lower than normal? No. In my defense, I picked Tanglewood. Well, we appreciate you. Like, what? You wish for higher FPS than single and multiplayer? Higher FPS? What kind of frames are you looking for? It's not a competitive shooter. Am I wrong, or did it used to be a specific ghost if the lights turned red in an event? No. No, that was never a thing. What's up, Bliss? How are you? It's gonna be an Unreal. Like, oh, cool. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Real original, dude. Wow, look at that. Fart ball. Coming in hot. Photo? I'm not worried about perfect game. I'm worried about this damn thing blowing out the firelight. Coin toss? I think so. I've got it here. It's right next to me. We might have to 50-50. I think we said close to 9 o'clock, but you're possibly going to be switching. What ghost can it be? Either an Onryo or a Yurei? Oh. Nothing I can do about it. If I'm hanging out in the ghost room, ghost is chilling with me, it doesn't want to blow out a firelight. Will I get the Phas drop if you're playing Naders? No, only when I'm playing Phas. Nope. But tomorrow night, I'll probably be streaming again, and I'll probably do some Phas then. Yeah, tomorrow during the day, I'll be playing Phas, but I'll be playing Phas off stream, in a manner of speaking, doing Patreon games. I think it's a ghost. Circle it. I like that mentality. That's good. What's up, Magic? All right. Well, it was great to have you. We are going to 50-50 you and just leave because you suck. Like, a lot. What if I stand over here like this? You know, what if I go over here? It's going to hunt me and kill me. What times do I normally stream? Do exclamation point schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 p.m. Sunday at 1, and that's Eastern. galaxy new events, like maybe an event that makes you hallucinate swarms of bugs or building on fire. It would be cool if we did have something a little more intense with the events, and we might get that later down the road. I don't know. Yeah, the Onryo can blow out my lighter, and I can use it to test for an Onryo. Increase the level on the map? So you have to grind instead of just getting them all at level 18? I guess so. That might be the first time I've ever heard that, though. Fancy 26 months. Tear toe. Thank you, dude. Yeah, it's either a really stubborn Onryo or just a boring Yurei. And yeah, there's no sign of either ghost. So we are going to bid it adieu, and we're just going to 50-50. Yeah, they're both boring. They both suck. Is it a Yurei with no work? There's doors on that room on both sides. No, F that ghost. No, not today. My friend said they should add an iPad to the game so you can check cameras off of that. We've heard people say like being able to check the cameras off your phone would be pretty cool. I don't know if that's something that might be too OP for them. Yeah. All right, we're flipping a coin. Yep. 2 doors in a gigantic room. And if the ghost is deciding to sit in the middle of it and it's a Yurei, I'm just screwed. There's nothing I can do. ZZ, thank you for the prime. All right. So I'll just do it in order. So if it's an Onryo, heads, Yurei, tails. Okie dokes. According to the coin, it says Onryo. You're guessing you're lazy. You know what? I'm going with the coin, even though my heart says it's probably a Yurei. I gotta go with the coin. I gotta go with the coin. No, I literally was standing in the room next to a motion sensor with a firelight, and it just was doing nothing.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
The coin knows. The coin knows. That's how we do it. What's up, Ghosty? I will take it. Coins can lie. No, they can't. No, not a single blowout. Not a one. And that ghost was hanging next to us with the firelight lit. Yeah. One coin to rule them all. Hi, Hattie. How are you, friend? Yeah, you can place candles around the room for coverage, but the issue is getting all the corners of the room with firelights and hoping the ghost blows them out, and then keeping track of them. And if the ghost travels the room and blows 3 out and starts the hunt, you're dead. If you don't have a smudge. Yeah. Hi, Karumba. Be a funny option to have a point reward to have ask Chiba guess the ghost. Can I have the drops for free? Oh, that depends. That really does depend. What'd I miss? It was a crappy Onryo that didn't blow anything out. No high school again? Get out of here. Get out of here. You crazy? All right. I don't know. We might run another. I don't know. I guess let me check and see about time. I don't know. A phone a friend option. This isn't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You play on Nightmare? Yeah. Yeah, see, the coin don't lie. Coin don't lie. See you, Ramsey. Have a good one. To get the drops, I have to be here for 2 hours. Are you telling me? Yeah. 2 chicken to play that? Oh, nah. That just comes with time. The more you play this game, the better you'll get. The better you get, the more confident you are in your abilities and upping the difficulty. No, you got it. What is the most that I've ever put on a coin flip? I don't know. That's a hard question to ask. I don't do many coin flips. The coin is 1 for 1. The last time I did this, same exact thing. It worked too. Yeah. You get to, not have to. Is that what it is? Oh, okay. I'm checking something before we even plan our switcherooskies. You vote for Point Hope with a blood moon? Oh, cool. I asked 3 times earlier, but he won't look. You asked what 3 times earlier? Do no evidence. That's not asking. That's telling me to do something. There's a vast difference between asking someone to do something and just telling me to do it and thinking I'm just going to polyone a cracker and do whatever you say. Oh no, it's someone on YouTube who thinks apparently that I owe them something. Yeah, I didn't know that. I missed that part. Do another Faz if you want. I'm being slow. Okay, you're good. I was checking to see if you were alive. Yeah, I'll do another one. Yeah. We'll do that. All right, we'll do one more as Break is getting her stuff ready to rock. Yeah. How long have I been streaming on Twitch? In general? Oh God, I don't know. Probably like pushing on 7 years. I think so. I mean, I've been this year will be my 6th partnerversary. Request respectfully, never demand. Right. But then they also were getting upset because I didn't read the demand as chat was moving and I missed it. Yeah. And they were told not to spam and repeat. And they were like, yeah, but he didn't see it. Like, yeah, because I'm a fucking human. And I try. Will they ever make the skulls for new ghosts? I don't think so. They might, maybe, but I don't see it happening. Thank you, Penny. No, you guys are awesome. All right, let's do another vote. Shall we? Hold on, it's not active. Hold on. Wait, it's not active. Okay, now it's active. Okay, now you're good. All right, we'll do another one. Oh shit, I didn't change the thing either. God, my God. You should be human. Damn it. I knew it. I knew I messed up somewhere. I knew I messed up somewhere. There we go. Fixed it. Sorry. 1 through 14, friends. You choose. I'll give you like 60 seconds and then we'll go. No, with this voting, I have to do this on Twitch because of how many maps there are. The multi-voting that I'm doing, I can't really do it that way. No, when I do smaller votes where it's just like a couple of things, like 2 or 3, that I can do multi-vote and that can be everywhere. Yeah, this one, no, I've got to do it like this. Flash used the F word. Do I know good hiding spots on Willow? Oh, the new Willow? Yeah. If you go to phasmocheatsheet.com and you go to the Willow Street map and then you go to the map explorer and at the bottom, it will actually tell you the hiding spots and unofficial hiding spots. It'll give you pictures of it. Yeah. All right, you guys have like 10 seconds. Oh, yeah. You can see all the maps. You can see the unofficial hiding spots, the official hiding spots, cursed possession locations, all the stuff. Yeah, Wicked, good to see you. Hello. Do it, no evidence? We'll see. We'll see. Just got back. What'd you miss? Oh, nothing. We just did high school and I had to coin flip the ghost because it was being a butt. Camp Hoodwind. Let's do the things. Nuba! How's the stream? The stream is good. How are you? Why not 11? Because they didn't want me to go there. Probably, if I had to guess. Just a wild thought. Do I like the new ghost? I do. I kind of wish there was a little bit more to it. But I do like the ghost. Yeah. Card is fun. How'd you get that? So this one you get by completing Willow Street 50 times, getting the ghost correct 50 times. This little guy you get from the Twitch drops that you can earn right now. And those are those. 2 hours of watch time and you get it. Yeah. No phone app? No, but it is phone friendly. So when you go to the web page, it is also good for mobile. Yeah. Yep. So If you want to get the badge, this is how you get the badge. If you want to get the background of the card and also the flamingo, you do this. You got burnt out of Phas from doing Willow 50 times. That's fair. No, you can't join. All right. Somebody asked for no evidence. You know what? We will do no evidence. Yeah, this should be the one. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. There's another new ghost. There is. Yeah, they just added it. It is a new ghost. When streaming, do you typically play solo? I play both. It just depends on the day. Yeah, some days I'll play solo. Some days I play with friends. It's a nice mix because when I get a lot of questions and people that are coming in trying to learn, it's a lot easier to be solo. Playing multiplayer when that kind of stuff is happening is hard because I'm trying to make sure I'm focused on the game and people that are in the stream or people that are playing with me. And I can't be answering too many questions when that's happening. I still obviously talk to chat, but I can't talk as much. When I'm playing solo, I can explain a lot more. So I like both. I like the best of both worlds. No sneaky Easter eggs. No sneakies. How do you pronounce the new ghost? I believe it is pronounced Daledagast. Dale. We call him Dale. Yeah. All right, let's do a no evidence at Camp Woodwind. No, not no Sandy, no evidence, just no evidence. If Flash is in a murdery mood, he likes to get viewers in on the game. Hey, nuh-uh. You take that back, Mr. Kill. Hey, we're going to be running from naders together. You can't start that kind of juju. No. Playing Phasmo Break? No, I'll be playing Funnel Runners with Break and with Cheebs and with Kill. If Flash is in a murdery mood, he likes to get his friends in. Hey, don't correct it. It's pronounced diagonally. What are the signs of the new ghost? The easiest way to tell the new ghost is if you know that the ghost is going to hunt, like your sanity's low. If you throw 26 unique individual items, literally move them from one spot to another. So if you have a pile of 26 items and you move it over 1 foot, before the ghost hunts, it will be as slow as a Dio. If you don't touch anything, the ghost will be really fast. Really, really fast. That's the way to know. All right. Camp Woodwind. No evidence. Obviously, we can't see anything right now. We haven't opened the gate, so the ghostie's not moving. Let's go. Becky Smith, capture a video, parabolic and incense. All right, give me that stuff. Even though we can't get evidence, I still like having the thermo and the EMF, mainly just because it makes it a little bit easier to find the ghost. Falcon, hello, how are you? All right, we have hiding here, which is nice. Would you? There we go. Ooh, hiding in yellow tent, even better. Okay, nothing. How long will I be streaming? A couple hours. Well, it's not an Onryo, and it's over that way. Ching. Oh, crap. I forgot to leave this over here. Well, not an Onryo. We'll go ahead and cross that off. What is difficulty? It's no evidence. No evidence. Hey, don't you heartbeat me. And it blew it out. Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter that much. It's over this way somewhere, though. Boner. Boner. What's up, Danny? Welcome in. So Ghosty is over this way, I think. I could be wrong about that. I'm going to bring one of these, and one of these, just in case. Sandy, we're at 95, so we're rocking. In your opinion, what's the best map to start learning on? I would say Tangle or Willow. A small map. A small map for sure. Small maps are easier to get around in, easier to learn. You're on a large map, you have a lot more to pick up. Where are you at, Ghost? Where the hell are you at? See you, Joe. Have a good one. All right, so you just walked on the front motion. Mm-hmm. Go in. Go in. Watch this for a second. Crypto, thank you for the 18 months. 14,339 steps for the day. Oh my God. What'd you do? Go to Disney? Sunny Meadows Fool is probably the greatest learning experience. It's a great map. I love Sunny Meadows. That is the best large map. No doubt. The best. What up, Sudsy? The day is going well, friend. How are you? Okay, so you're there. Kind of got the worst possible spot for the ghost, which really sucks. No, you're not allowed to join them. No, there was probably some rules that you had to agree to whenever you went to go chat that said about not about asking about playing. Because I have viewer days. There's no need to ask. You hate this map? No, I like it. Okay, maybe you're actually there. There. Okay. Well, that ain't bad if you stay there. So we'll cover that and we'll take this and bring this. I know they were basically in the same spot. I'm just moving them just a little bit. Dad, thank you for the 5 months. 30,000 at work today. Good Lord. Good Lord. Right, give me these 3. Sandy's at 80. Let's be safe. Let's be safe. All right, I'm going to snooze the ads just in case. Sunny Meadows is their assets. Yeah. I believe it was the first custom map that they made. Can the ghost chase you in the truck? No. No. I'm assuming you've never played Phas. Nothing. Georgia, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How are you? Give me double smudge. We have somewhere to go in case shite goes awry. Ooh, there's one blowout. Hold on. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh no, that fire's gonna ruin it. Wait. Wait a minute. Actually, that's the... One, that's 2. If it blows that out, that would be 3. Okay. To do a legit Onryo test, it has to blow out the fire in the middle. Oh, that's right. It lit the fire. It can't be an Onryo. No shit. I'm stupid. Never mind. I'll shut up. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot. 100%. I brought these in just to light the area up, and then I forgot, and I looked at them like, ooh, I'm doing an Onryo test. All right. You walked in Salt. You walked in this one and that one. That may have been really close back to back, so... Still could technically almost be a Galoo. Let's bring more Salt in. Going for perfect? I don't know. We'll see. Mantle, thank you for the prime. Okay, not a Galoo. Not a Wraith. Not a Galoo. Is the ghost a salty guy? Maybe. Maybe just a smidge. How'd you roll out the Galoo? Because the ghost walked in salt, which would have made it aggressive if it was a Galoo, meaning that it wouldn't be able to walk in any more salt after like a cooldown of like 2 or 3 seconds, and it did. So it can't be a Galoo. And it can't be a Wraith, obviously, because it already walked in salt. It can't be an Onryo because it lit the fire. That is it so far. If we get the cold from there to there, it's not a Goryo and it's changed rooms. Yeah, Ghosty is Becky Smith, meaning it could be any of them. No shade. I don't know if I would classify that, because if the ghost is over there and it throws something here, that still could technically be a shade. At this point, I almost want to make it hunt. That could be Dwayne. That could be Dwayne. It's not eventing at all. Not a single bit. No ghost events so far. Yeah, I was just saying the same thing. Not a single one. And it's not like we're not on the same floor as the ghost or something. Yeah. Acting a little shady. Yeah, a little bit. Just a touch. Okay, now I don't think it's a shade. I mean, it was literally standing next to me and throwing something. That's not a shade. Up. Is that a ghost event? No, that's a throw. Duh. Oh, duh. Yeah, it's going to be walking in the motion sensors a lot if it's sticking to the same room or in the same area, for sure. I'll try to snooze him again. Now, let's see if it feels like it's coming over to us. I don't think so. But always worth a try. Whispering Shadow, how are you? See if we possibly have a stalking ghost. Again, I don't think so, but... Because if it beelines to us, then that's a different story. But it's not. It's just hanging around over in its room. Do you a lot of questions about NATOs or mostly Phas? What? Yes. June, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Probably not a Phantom. Probably not a Banshee. Again, it's not a guarantee. But it's definitely not stalking. Okay. Definitely not a stalker. So we might have to do this. That might have to be in the plays. Do I get a lot of questions? Oh, I mean, mainly about Phas, just because I'm mainly a Phas streamer. When it comes to funnel runners, I might get questions every now and then, but pff, I'm a noob like everybody else. Oh, hey, it's not a mare. Let's go. Nice. That is helpful. Turn on a light. Mares can't do that. Oh, here. Catch you out. All right, double smudge, just in case. There we go. All right, ready to rock. Actually, wait. Give me this. Does lighting the fire count for ruling out a mare? No. Light switch. Light switch. Little smudge. Check out the smudge line. All right, I need you to be good, little cards. Okay. So We're just going to make it hunt to try to figure out what it is. Hopefully. Oh no. Oh no. It's a child. Oh man. That's disgusting. Oh, it's an Oni. Oh, well, isn't that nice? My little Oni. Sometimes all it takes is a hunt. I don't know where the video camera is, or else I would take a... Or else I would take a video of it. How do we know it's an Oni? Because it's extremely visible. Which is... This is kind of goofball, because not a single event from this ghost. Not a one. Dropkick the child? You got it. Yeah. Very easy to see ghost. It is supposed to be very eventy. Very avanti. But apparently this ghost says, nah, not in the mood. We definitely have no orbs, so it's not a mimic. Yell heads up. Nah, don't even give it a warning. Just let it rip. Good. Let it hunt again? Yeah, I could always try to draw some cards again and see. Yeah, because I'm at like 75 sanity. Now, if it events on me, I'll lose 20 sanity instead of 10. Thank you. Why am I'm so scared. I'm shaking. Hello? I'm scared of kids. Too much caffeine? Just wired out of my mind? Holy shit! Gotcha! A-hole! Oh yeah, that smudge might have been out of time. Hold on. It doesn't even matter. Shiver me timbers. Hey, you got all the objectives. Let's go. Nice. Oh, I have ads coming. I might need to, we might just need to, might need to take that for what it is and call it a day. Ooh, look at my sanity now. Ah, but you wanted to see another hunt. Shite. Oh, please. Wasn't the bone over here? Yeah. You wanted to see another hunt. Someone got merged. Thank you, friend. All right. I'm gonna try, okay? If I get sun cards and all that jazz, we're out of here. All right. Actually. Ooh, it'll hunt. It should hunt. Oh, wait, crucifix. Put your pin in the new willow. Awesome. Love it. What map do you think desperately needs a rework? High school. Either rework it or get rid of it. Hermit trapped in its room for 60 seconds. Tower. Useless in my opinion unless they change something that I don't know about. A. Brucey Burn. Dude, I'm going to have to take that. I'm afraid. Shut up. You can't even see it. You can't even see it over top of the thing. Don't even remember what the tower does. So, the tower card, hold please. I'll explains. So look at the ghost. See how visible it is? It's way more visible than most ghosts usually are. Yo, child. Yeah. That's an Oni. Yeah. For sure. More ghost flickers? Well, it's just more visible. It's visible longer. There you go. It wants uppies. I'm not Chinggis or Baron. Look. No one's making you hot dogs, you little creep. Oh, shit. Look, I drew all the cards, okay? I get no hubbub. I get zero hubbub. You had hot dogs for dinner? Nice. Sorry, kid. Fresh out. Oni 1 Kenobi. The devil card causes a ghost event. Oh, now you see me. Oh, would you F off? I saw it. It was literally right here. Hey, hey, get out of here. Get out of here. I'm trying to fire you, little shit. My caramba. Hate the small ghost. I do too. All right, we got the bone. We got the objectives. We figured out what the ghosty was. That was really our concern. That was our concern. And ads, of course, started playing right there at the end, so nobody missed anything. Playing hide and seek. I think it's winning.
Welcome back.
Just want you to be at stat. I'm fine. We're cool. I got 3. No more. We're good. There's the Oni. It was extremely visible, and that is absolutely what gave away this ghost. It is one of the easiest ways to figure it out for sure is by watching it hunt. One of the easiest ways to know it's not an Oni is by getting that missed ball event. That is 100% not an Oni, you know for sure. But if you can watch your sanity, you can also know that it's an Oni, because if what normally would take away like 10 of your sanity, and you can watch it on your watch, what normally would take away 10, an Oni, when an event hits you, will take away 20. So you just got to pay attention. That's all. Nice. All right. I mean, we might as well. Have you played Naders yet? No, but we are going to be playing Funnel Runners here very shortly. Probably very shortly. Yeah, after the ads, I'll probably switch it up. Yeah. Is it worth to do perfect games? If you're talking about XP and money, no. Oh, it's hot in the room. Hot in the room. I did get the Mary Poppins achievement. I did. I say it's not worth it because you can make more money in XP by doing 2 games back to back where you get objectives and ghost, more than you could get from doing a perfect game, which will normally take you longer. Because getting media, it just takes time, man. That's the biggest thing. Madam Bunny, thank you converting your sub to a tier 1. Appreciate you, friend. Flash Poppins. What the hell? All right. We is back. Actually, here, I might as well switch to this. Okay. We're going to do the old switcheroo. Who you playing Funnel Runners with? I am playing with Break. I am playing with Cheebs. I am playing with Mr. Kill. I believe there's a possibility that we might get a Baron involved. Yeah. All kinds of crazy stuff. Oh, yeah. And there's also push to talk in the game now. So I believe we can have the distant yelling. I believe. All right, let me switch up the title. As for the Phasmophobia drops, I will probably be live tomorrow night. And when I'm live tomorrow night, then it'll be back. Yeah. There's an Oni bug where the singing event only causes 10% drain, not 20. Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Interesting. How late is tomorrow night? Probably normal time. If I do stream tomorrow night, which I probably will, it'll probably be like 8, maybe 8:30. 6-hour car ride tomorrow. Oh no. Do you have to drive? Like yourself? Watched Tingus play with Baron yesterday. I think the push to talk walkie-talkie is a little hard to hear. Just so you're aware. Okay. Yeah, you guys will have to let me know. Oh, thank you, Kev. Yeah, you'll have to let me know volume-wise how it's going. Okay. Let me switch up the category. Nightmare. Oh, that's right. Well, I would make my title Nightmare Naders. But I guess I should. I guess I could. Yeah, I guess I could. I forgot about. I was gonna do that. I totally forgot. Oh man, this is gonna be awful, isn't it? Oh, this is gonna be awful. Do you need to subscribe to get the Phas drop? No. No. Oh, Nightmare Naders. All right. I don't know if I can just join up on them or if I have to get added. Who made my emotes? Multiple people. Many people have. Yeah. Phoenix being one of them. Especially one of some of the latest ones. Leaving you little messages. I swear to God. Hattie, you and I both know what they're going to say. You already know what they say, but I know what they're going to say. I hate it here. I just hate it here.
Working for that hot top, feeling feeling. Working for that hot top, feeling.
I need to make sure my push to talk. Hold on. Stop running into me.
Oh, I bet you don't like mahogany in her.
I swear to God. If
Oh
you
yeah,
don't
there we
back
go.
up.
Now we got the music. All right.
Is this your normal outfit? Is this
That's
is this
right.
what you wear on the weekends?
Does he know we can't hear him?
Oh.
Yeah.
They can't hear me?
Oh, why?
Oh, did
Oh,
my
now I
microphone?
can.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
what? Okay.
Yeah.
Ow!
So they added push to talk for proximity now.
They did.
Hoping it works.
Oh.
Right in the arm. Ow!
Oh.
Sons of bitches. You yoink. Oh.
Ah.
Got him right in the helmet. Ka-chow. Oh, wait. Here.
Is it in my neck?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was fun. Did you guys have fun? I had fun. Oh, jeez. Is this Nightmare? Oh, my God.
Oh, and
Got a
welcome.
freaking dart in your neck.
You're crazy.
You're crazy, man.
No,
You're
I think
crazy.
it's training. I think she put us on training. What do we look like? A couple of amateurs over here.
It is training. Anyone can join. Oh, this is interesting.
Not true.
All right, go!
Isn't
Get out of the
only?
van!
Also, I didn't mean to press start.
So wait, training.
Are we doing this?
Anyone can join. Oh, wait. No, Baron.
No, it doesn't say anyone
Baron!
can join.
It literally says anyone can join.
For me,
why
it
do you keep
says
going to my
invite
left
only.
side? No, it says anyone can join.
For me, he just ran that way.
Baron, come back. Hey, we're gonna start over. Of course, the fireman's
I don't
got
know
fuel.
how to get out of here.
Shocker.
Well, how are we gonna get out of here if we don't have the fuel to be able to
Wait a
get
minute.
started?
I feel like we need to wait for. No, if we wait for a
Alright.
NATO, it's gonna take forever.
No, it won't take.
Is it?
Yes,
Well,
it
I mean,
will.
it is training mode.
How's the volume?
Yeah, if you just wait a
Don't. We're gonna
second
go all
and then
slow.
just-
Stop it.
Yeah.
No. We go so
Get him.
slow. Run.
Get him!
No. Get out of here.
Wait, I wanted it.
Grab it quick. Aha!
No.
Oh, shit.
Son of a bitch. Ow, god damn it. Collateral damage. Help. I'm being bullied. Oh god. Oh god. Hey. I hope you get taken by a NATO, you piece of trash.
They really shouldn't put the start button on like the session info screen, you know?
tank?
If you're that'd be great if it exploded.
Yep. There's only one way to find out here. Clear. Oh,
Oh my god.
He said clear.
He did. Let's try it again.
Okay.
See, what you do is you wait for him to get, you wait for him to start to get up, and then you hit him again. Wait, what if you do it before he starts getting up?
What happens if we both shock him at the same time?
It's a fantastic question. Ready? That didn't work.
My heart normally goes boop blue. I think my heart is going boop blue.
He's gonna start walking backwards at this speed. We can't do it anymore.
Oh, wait, no, it's on training mode. I feel good.
I feel ready. I think we're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Cut
I'm doing
chow.
pretty good. Oh.
Oh my
See,
god.
I didn't know until this moment that all your stripes on your suit were reflective.
They're
Or
reflective.
is
Isn't that nice?
Is that specific to your suit?
It's got to be for his suit only, because we have like glowing. Or is it? No, it is reflective. Oh, I thought we were
Am
like
I
glowing.
reflective too?
Yeah, we're reflective. Look. Steam award if you. There is.
My,
Oh,
I
forgot.
With
Hold on.
this particular one,
I'm gonna shock
so
the
if you
NATO.
go
There's one
down,
coming
I
over here.
actually can find it actually highlights your body,
No,
and
that's
it
not what I
doesn't
want.
take up 3 slots
Oh.
to be able to
Hey!
have a defibrillator.
Nader inbound.
gonna
It's a
shock
great,
it.
big, beautiful,
Beautiful
tomorrow.
I'm gonna shock it. I got this.
Just
Alright,
a
let's do
day
this.
away.
Here we go.
Is it
All right,
gonna
they're gonna
come
sh-
towards
they're gonna
us, or is it
shock
gonna
it.
go away?
No, we just gotta catch it.
Give
We
it
just
a
gotta get. We
shocker.
just got it in front of it. It's a jackal. Hey, watch this. Oh my god. Hey, Daly, what's up? It's okay. Well, that was fun. It literally went the other direction.
It ran away from us. Like what? It's scared of us. Didn't want to fight.
Stinky nader. Stinky tornadoes be running away from us. Barrett! I found a granola bar!
Hey! Hey!
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey, you guys can't film
hey.
me.
We can't what? You say we can't film him? Is that what he said?
Too late. Yeah.
Oh, we need a granola bar. Uh-oh. It'd be a real shame
You want to
if-
know what happens to a toad during
you
a
jumpstart-
thunderstorm?
Can you
Same
jumpstart
thing
this
as
car?
everything else. Oh,
If a lightning strike hits you, that would be the best visual ever.
that would have been the best
That
thing
would
ever.
be great.
You know what happens in a lightning strike?
The same thing as
Wait,
everything
stand on
else.
top of the car. Stand on top of the car.
Well,
I want
this one.
to see this happen. I want to see this happen. Get taken by the NATO. Get taken by the NATO. Oh my God! All the rain on our screen. Oh, he's gone. Dude, he got taken so quick. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. I'll do it. Barrett. Oh my God. Hey. Chicken, thank you for the rain. How was your stream? What'd you do? Hi, Mr. Cheebs. Oh my God. We accidentally went into training mode. We didn't intend to have that happen. So we just kind of went with it. You know what? We are so ready for Nightmare. Why are you yelling?
I still got
loud.
190 points for that.
Oh, let's go. Three tornadoes. Wait, how many points did I get? Oh, 190 points. Oh, that's nice. You were gone so fast that I was trying to watch it happen, and it was a blink. You were out of there.
Well, I talked to Doc, and Doc said that I had to go 88 miles an hour.
You certainly did.
So yeah, that's what was happening. I was like, oh my
if
God.
Mr. Kill is joining, I am not friends with him on Steam, so.
Wow, dude. That is a sheesh and a half. All right, hold on.
I don't know.
Wow. Oh, where are you at, Mr. Killiam? Does he have his name set as
You going
Kill?
straight into Nightmare, or do we want to warm up?
There he is. I can't.
I don't know about you, but I'm pretty warm.
I mean, we did just have that training round where we. Have you done your stretches today?
Oh, okay.
Don't want you to pull muscle.
Invite, not literally kill. There we go.
Okay.
Glad she had it on Steam on the end. Yeah. Just making sure. Gold
Actually-
Tiger. Hello. Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me?
Doc this with tea bottles.
What about the bottle?
These are empty, sir. They do
Okay,
not have a
then-
cap on.
They're for something else.
Then oh, go on. Go
Yeah,
on.
go ahead.
No, that's all.
Please, no, go ahead.
No, go
I
ahead.
need to check the locker and see how far away
That was it.
how far am I from?
How are you level 20 and you still have the base kit?
Okay.
Because I haven't done enough
Right.
crowbar things and
You know what?
whatnot,
7
you know?
more revives and we got ourselves
I
Look
a
need
new
here.
one.
7
ready.
more
Look at this person right here. I don't even know who this person is. They're ready.
because everybody else takes the jobs. I need 7 more doors
Yeah.
Oh, no.
and
They took her.
23 more
I do.
bringing peoples back to life.
Okay.
I welcome in.
How's
Start
the
to
volumes?
There you
Volumes
go.
okay?
That's for
Um,
you.
Was the nader volume? Was the
And
tornado
you
volume
get
too
one
loud? Was it
straight to
okay?
your wiener.
How you tell who's who? You can go in here
Yeah.
and see like by number who people are normally. So like
And for
1,
you,
2,
you
I'm
get one
3,
right
Kill should be
down
4, and
the
Chiba should be 5.
There we go.
Hey, they got the push to talks inside the game now. So what
Hey, I
you do
didn't
is you take
accidentally
the dart
press
and you
the
go like this
button that
right
time.
in the cheek. You see that?
Right. Are you saying you can't hear me or you can?
Oh,
hear
I can.
me? All right. Okay.
No, I can't hear them though.
So you just intentionally ignore me when I was saying, "Hey, can you hear me?"
Oh no, now we can.
Hello?
Hello.
No, if it's not Phasmo, it's not
Can
going to
you hear
count
me?
towards the badge. Yes.
No.
No.
I
I
mean,
mean
yeah.
no. I mean no.
Can you hear me?
No.
Hello?
No, I can't hear you.
Hello? Well, do you want me to speak Spanish or
Sure. Go ahead.
possibly Italian?
Hola,
Necesito el
hola.
baño?
Italian, Spanish. if you don't mind.
We can't hear you because
I do wish that the in-game voice was a
Necesito
little
el
nicer.
baño!
Oh my god, the way he's
Quiero
screaming,
ir al cine.
he sounds like an old meme. I don't know.
Yes,
Which old meme?
Wait, what microphone do you have on it right now?
You meant old man, not old meme.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's supposed to be my Shure microphone. Wow, what do I
does
sound
not
like?
sound like your
Double
sure
check your
mic.
That
settings.
sounds like you are surely not using the share
Okay. Do I sound like I'm on a Samsung microwave or something, or what?
You sound like we're like
a little bit.
telephoning you
Webcam.
in.
You're
Yeah.
coming through a webcam.
Okay,
Yeah, this is
one
not-
second.
You did
Yeah,
a
one
mic
second.
drop meeting.
No,
and-
fast drops
and-
do not
Yeah.
work when
First
someone's
time.
playing a different game.
Yeah, this is not ideal.
Yeah.
Here, let me
No
Hey,
check.
drop.
Flash, there's a message
No
for you
drop
on
for a
the
particular
whiteboard.
game will work if someone is playing another game. Yeah. He's just a touch loud.
Oh.
I could turn everybody just a little touch down if I need to. Yeah. I don't know if I can turn down individual volumes.
Thank you all for coming. This is gonna be
Is this an intervention?
for Flash. Flash, we all know that you love the
Hi.
Ranch soda, apparently.
My name is Break.
That's hey.
Dude, I don't
Baron-
know.
Baron,
I
Baron,
don't know.
that-
Hey, my name
that
is
was
Nuts.
that's me. I'm Flash.
Oh. Sorry, you guys all look the same.
Sorry. There's 2 sheriffs in town now.
You gotta memorize people's numbers, I guess.
Oh, someone's saying it might be using my Windows default mic. Do I have to like leave and come back?
Well, no, just go check what your Windows default mic is.
Well, the game says my Shure mic. Here, let me check my Windows
but
default.
check the
I check my Windows
This is
default
definitely
mic.
not. This is not the Shure mic. There's no
I
way.
I
This is a
wish I knew
webcam
what I
microphone
sounded
for
like.
sure.
Well, funny enough, my webcam is connected. I might have been killed, yeah.
It's his sheer microphone,
Pre-recorded.
and he's currently camping out in the woods. That's why. That's the disconnect.
Roger that.
That's what it is. Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it does.
Okay, so do we want a normal, a hard, just straight into nightmare?
Do we do a normal and then go right to a nightmare? I don't know. Or do we just go right into a night? You know,
Yeah, I don't
you know
know.
what?
Do
I say we just go right into a nightmare.
Slowly pull off.
Hey, invite me right back. Invite me right back.
Okay.
Okay. I think if we go right into nightmare, that might be a mistake. I
why would
played
you say
one
that?
game of it last night. I'm just saying, I feel like we might need a confidence booster first.
Oh yeah, I see this.
Yeah. Flash needs to kind of get up to speed.
I got you in the ankle, I think.
Yeah, he's
Hold on.
got to get his sea
Where'd I
legs
get you?
under him.
I
Or
did.
nader
I
legs,
got you in
whatever.
the back of the leg. Got him. What about sea legs? Get my air legs.
That's a tender spot.
Yeah. I think we do like either a normal or a hard as like a warm up.
Okay.
And then once our confidence is all confidencing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I am.
Whatever.
Can you glue
You've
there a bit?
got
Ready for
a
running?
thing in your leg and it looks painful. I'm just saying when you keep bending it like that.
He's just working it out. He'll be fine.
Even work out, bro?
I think he does a little bit.
Don't worry. If anybody goes down, I'll be able to revive you. All right. You could call me the Reviver, or you could go by my Steam name as Chingus's Good Boy.
Chingus is good boy.
Yep.
I hate it here.
Well, I tried to put myself as FlashForce in Phasmophobia. And then the
It doesn't
game was
like that very
"Oh,
much."
You can't do that.
Although, but you could have been but wait, couldn't you have been FlashForce's good boy?
Well, he started out as Break of Daylight's good boy, and we were very, very, very glad when that changed.
I was honestly curious how long it would take for people to realize. Like, I just randomly change my name and don't say anything.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
You know what's a really
yeah.
fun thing to do? So like if you ever, I realized this today. So if you ever go to a stream that has the shout out thing that shows like your face and what game you were last playing, it's really fun that before you're not even streaming, just before you go in there, change to a game that's crazy. Because then when your name pops up, it says like you were playing that game. The best. I think Tom's, it said I was playing
Flash,
Find My
welcome
Wiener.
back. It looks like you were playing Shower with Your
Genital
Dad
jousting.
Simulator.
What the hell?
Okay, I'm gonna
It's
put us
fantastic.
on.
Don't even have to stream.
Oh, Chiba, is your
Subs for
microphone better?
Ranch. I swear to God.
I have no idea. You tell me, Break. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So
Okay.
much better.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be really honest here.
Doing so good.
Okay, do not sugarcoat it. Is it better? Is it bad?
Do it.
Wait, no,
I want you to try something.
better. Okay.
In
I'm all ears.
your audio, in the input volume, turn the input volume down a little bit. I wonder if it's the gain from the microphone.
So mine's like in the game.
Oh,
'cause
remember
mine's at
how
in the
50%.
On the
Oh, I like
setting,
it. You're just running away from me because it's so bad.
It's loud.
I'm
go
sorry.
to
Oh, wait.
advanced
Oh, wait,
voice
wait,
chat
wait.
settings, Chiba.
Yes.
Microphone
Hold on.
shame.
In the advanced voice
Advanced-
chat settings, do you have any of that stuff enabled? If you do, turn it off.
How does this?
Yeah, 'cause that might be the issue.
Oh, 1 second.
That's better. Yeah.
Got him. Right in the eye. Damn.
Say more things.
Yeah. How's that sound?
Okay, now turn your input back up.
So that's what I've been adjusting. So my input was at 100%. You think that's what it was?
No, I thought you said it was at 50.
Turn it.
No.
Yeah, turn it up.
That's, I had voice volume at 50. My bad. My input volume was at 100.
Okay, are your advanced voice settings turned off as well? Like you unchecked everything?
I don't even know what that is. Where do I find the advanced?
Is that
It
a
says
whale?
voice chat
What the hell
volume,
is
and
that?
then like
Was
right
there a
under it
tiger
says
here?
advanced
It's,
voice
it
chat
is,
settings.
it's really wet out there. Maybe,
Oh man. Maybe it's a siren. One of them sirens.
oh no! One of the not the sirens. I
done
I
turned
heard
it
they
into
lower
a
you in with a song.
code.
Ow.
Oh. Okay. Oh
Dude,
my
that's
god.
in my. Is that on my hand?
Yeah. It's in your dart hand.
Hold on. Grab a dart.
Good job you wearing
Is
those
there a
protective
dart
gloves.
in your dart hand? Oh god.
You know, the knuckle really kind of sends it home there.
Yeah, 20 darts is an achievement. What's up, Ray-Van?
Yeah.
Okay.
Straighten this.
Now, how do I sound?
Straighten the schnoz.
That's
Better.
better. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know what it was? Exactly what you said. All of those advanced settings were on, and I had like
Yeah.
some high pass voice filter thing that they put on for some reason. I don't know why, but that was probably.
Oh, weird.
Okay.
Yeah, they default to having those all on, and
They
yeah,
default
it
to
like
having
it
the
doesn't
worst
do
voice
your
settings
microphone any
imaginable
favors.
for some reason.
Yeah.
We can't control
I'm gonna make the
individual
player's audio
volumes,
sound
right?
horrible.
Or can we?
You can go
Yeah,
to session info.
on this screen.
Oh,
I'm not sure it has much effect.
Oh.
She was still really quiet
Oh,
for me.
beautiful.
Session info.
I see.
Session
Yeah.
info, and you can adjust everyone
I
individually.
see. Now I can make it level. Oh, that's beautiful. Olive.
Yeah. So then.
I like how he still doesn't sound good after all that. It sounds way better. I think part of it is the
without
in-game
having
audio's
to
fault.
adjust their own.
I think part of it's the in-game audio's
All right.
fault. I do
Did we
not
decide
think it's a
normal
Chiba
or
problem.
Hard?
To be fair to Cheebs, I don't think it's a him
This is
problem.
your train. All right.
All right. Well,
It's
then-
your job
This
to
is
derail
your
it,
fart
okay?
train. We are just blowing through the wind. All right.
Oh, we are.
All
It's
right. I
just
would
a
like
short
everyone
wind.
to observe the whiteboard, where it says sub to Flash for ranch soda.
Oh.
It's not even
Why do
like.
I
Can
have to-
everyone
it's-
help me out with that?
It's not even honest.
Like-
It's not even real. Hold on. I gotta fix it.
And
What
also
if I
blue
don't want to
cheese
be
soda.
sub?
This
What
is
if I
true.
prefer dumb?
No, I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed ranch soda tonight.
Break. Button. Hit the button, break.
Olive, thank you for the 51 months. Thank you so much, Fran. Where's the soda? There is no soda. No, there isn't any. No. I got. Jesus Christ. I got lucky earlier today. I got very lucky.
You get it.
Metallic Crow, thank you for the
sounds
subs,
low.
dude.
Oh.
Is that?
Hey, I
acid
think there's
rain
probably
and
some on fire over there. Oh, shit.
Oh gosh!
Oh, oh my God! I'm on fire! Why? Oh my God! Why are you this way? Stand in the rain! Get out in the rain! That son of a bitch! All right, well, we're dead. God damn it. Siren, thank you for the gifted. Oh my God, I'm out of here. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I hope he gets struck by lightning. God damn it. Okay, someone did start the car. Thank God. You can turn the tutorial off in settings. I thought I did that. It keeps coming up. Do I have to go to settings and do that? Where do you turn that off? Interface? Disable tutorial. Ah. Found it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I thought that the high tutorial was what did it. Hey! Okay.
Oh, we have. Oh, hey! Sorry, I was adjusting my settings.
No, that's okay. Hey,
Do
Henry.
we? Oh, we have walkie-talkies.
We do.
Testing.
Yeah, roger that there,
Testing.
good buddy.
10-4, good buddy.
Come in.
Oh, the chat. Oh, yeah. I absolutely can.
Coming in.
I'm running. I'm running. We spawned in. There was trash on fire. There's all kinds of crazy shit. You're good, LV. No worries. Hey!
Whoa there.
Hey!
Oh, of course he's got a defib. Shit. Get out of here. Get out of here. Run. No, thank you for saying something, Alex. I totally forgot. I appreciate you. Ooh. Scissors. Loop the defib. Loop the defib. Oh, I don't want to go up there. Thank you. Oh my god. There's so much fire. Hi, Mr. Song. Oh shit, there's a nader. Hey, careful. I heard there's a nader over there. Am I seeing that right? You have to change shit. Yep. Also, don't want to alarm anybody, but we need 3 tires. I should probably not carry that while this is happening. Scissor jack. Hey.
Hey!
I put a scissor jacks on. Oh my god, I don't like seeing you in here. Oh shit! Alright, I like it. I like seeing you. I like seeing you. I don't know which way that's moving. Holy crap!
Yeah. Yeah, that right there, that's what you see. That's an EF4 tornado, or 3 tornado right there.
That's an F29er.
Yeah, I've seen it 1,000 times. I mean, on it.
Oh, look, another one. It just spawned right behind it.
Do we need to
Hey, I'm probably gonna shut this door. Barrett? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shut that door. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and shut that. All right. Hopefully he's not standing outside the truck, because if he is, well, that's a bad day. Yes. Oh, wait. Oh, let me turn you up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me turn you up a little bit.
Yeah,
It's kind of hard to hear jack shit with the tornado outside.
Yeah, that was just over right there. That was they're quick moving random, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, do we have a jack or do we need one? Does anyone know?
Do we need one for every tire? Over.
No, we only need 1 scissor jack. Oh my goodness.
Hey, you son of a bitch!
Hey, somebody's got to put the tool in the front.
Well,
okay?
well, yeah. God damn it! I'm on the run. Any Hoosiers? Yeah, we got 1 jack that's already on, so we need the tires. I don't know if we have a toolbox or not. Hey, what's up, Z-Lot?
No, sir.
I was struck by lightning. Over. Careful. Roger that. Any health by
Okay,
chance?
I also found some fuses.
Am I crazy, or is it easier to see in the houses now? Oh, health pills. Oh, you beautiful.
I'm so proud of you. Look at you.
I'm doing so good!
Remember that time?
Bet Chiba remembers.
Roger that. Hey, I found a tire in a bathtub.
I too have a tire. I'm bringing it back.
Roger that. I'm gonna make use of this crowbar first. All right, I need another boarded up door. Pronto. Am I crazy or do those health pills do jack shit? It's not where tires go? I mean, I guess if you're trying to wash your tire, I guess that makes sense. Gold Tiger, thank you for the subs, Fran. And Z-Lot, how was your stream, by the way, friendo? I would love another boarded up. Oh man, I'm just gonna, we need the tire. This is just an extra mission. This is extra, that's fine. I'll drop that shit over there. Sure, you wanna hold a metal crowbar in your hand? I mean, I'm fine for now. Maybe not for long. There's a battery, but that's... Imagine you're taking a dump. You're taking a dump, and then you hear something, and you go out here like, oh, what the hell is that? And you look over and you see that. What do you do? Did you just take it?
There's a nader van camping my house.
Roger that. I just got off the turlet, and I do see a nader outside the house. Over.
We got a teammate down over. I'm en route. I'm en route.
Roger that. Do your route. Oh, Elvis Presley just died. I didn't finish last week's Zero Evidence Weekly. Oh no. Is there another one? Oh, come on. That's another one. From the same direction. Oh, it's coming right here. Isn't it? That's about to rip that tree out of the ground, isn't it? Maybe it'll side skirt the house a little bit. Nader inbound. We might be okay. I think we're okay.
What the hell, Beard? Is that
No stam. Oh shit. I've got to try, man. I'm stuck. It's just NATO after NATO after NATO after NATO. I've got to try. All right, get inside real quick. Hunker down. This dust usually means a part of the house just got ripped off. This is what happens every day in the Texas Panhandle. Jesus. Welcome to the NATO. We got wind and games. There's fuel back here. We don't need fuel. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm really scared. There's another one spawning. I'm being spawn camped by NATOs!
Did someone say we had a jack?
Yeah, it should be attached to one of the tires.
Okay.
God damn it, dude. I can't make it back.
I'm coming, Chiba.
I'm trying to make it back with my bathtub tire, but the tornadoes keep coming. Is there health anywhere? Where's an energy drink? got to run it. Yeah. Let me get this energy drink and then I'll run it. Because then our stam is different. What the shit? Yeah.
We now have 3 dead friends. I'm not sure who's who, but either Baron or Flash, are you still alive?
All right, now define alive.
So Baron died.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not that. Over. Oh, shit. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Holy shit, dude.
Fire gun.
Hey, so, hey.
Yeah.
What's up? How we doing?
So there's me, and there's you, and there's a lot of dead friends.
Oh, it shows you what direction they're facing, too. I don't know if that's helpful when they're dead. That's nice when they're alive, though. That's cool.
Right.
All right.
So you know, your dead
So
friend
in
is
front, to the
looking
right, and the left. I don't have a defib.
I don't know if Baron had one. He was going for Cheeves.
He did have a defib.
Okay. So there might be one
All right.
over there, because are they still next to each other?
Front, to the right.
Oh, no,
Down
they're
the
not.
street, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, in front. Make a right.
I'm guessing the
Cross the
one that
street.
is... Oh, God, I'm not sure. Baron's either the one in the house...
Okay.
to the left.
Whoa, time to earn more points towards the medic suit. If I get there. This house has been torn to shreds. Oh, dead friends! Hello? I have a dead friend over here somewhere. Oh, bandages. Okay. Where's my dead friend? I might need guidance. You ran out of the back? Wait, what? Oh, did I go the wrong way? Oh, shit. Wrong side. God damn it.
So the good news is, all we need is to crowbar one more door to get a perfect game. So like technically we could just leave.
Well, but we need to crowbar, right? And we need to bring people back? Or maybe not. Friends, save yourself. Break. Hey. Yeah, I was totally gonna go say I went the wrong direction. I was like, okay, if I go out of the front of the truck and I make a right. I literally went out the back of the truck and I made a right. I was like, son of a bitch. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna have to take it.
Because I would run for a friend.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my beat. My beat. I don't even know if I would have found a defib or any of that jazz. I don't know. Forget the crowbar. Save yourself. Oh, hey, look, a crowbar. It's okay. It's not a tornado warning. It's fine. It's fine. Look. Definitely a better luck next time. You know? I also think that they'll understand. Oh, I could hear them for like a second. Wonder what they were talking about. Screen looks really green. I don't like it. okay.
How we feeling? Our confidence?
How's it
all
going?
boosted? We ready
Everyone
for
okay?
nightmare?
Extremely well.
It's okay. Shh.
I think me and Kill clearly did the most amount of work.
Shh.
Hey,
Go.
I changed the battery. What did you do?
You did. Well,
You did great. You did great. Solid
found
Tyre in a
contributor.
tub.
I looted a house.
I played some music. I tried to come and save you,
You
Chiba, and then I
looted
got
Yeah,
hit.
Baron tried
You'll
to
have to
save me,
ask.
so
You'll
I
have
mean,
to ask
his
Brake,
sacrifice
Mr. Song.
kind of wasn't
Brake was the
vain. I
one
mean,
that
he died when he died,
arranged
but still, he
arranged
tried
for
his
the
best, though, and I
games.
appreciate it.
But you know, he didn't just leave
I
you out
helped.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least Baron tried to save one of us. You know what I mean? There was an
You know,
attempt
I was
there.
going to, and
Well,
then I went the
I
wrong
saved Kill,
direction.
and then
Tires,
somehow
you
Kill
know.
died
Oh,
again.
it's fine. No, I understand completely. I mean, I would have tried to save you or Break.
Oh,
You know, but
okay.
it's fine.
Well, you wouldn't
It's
have
fine,
to though,
you know.
because I wouldn't just run at a tornado like that.
Okay.
A little sus.
listen. I got caught on fire. Okay, then
I mean,
I
to
got
be
taken
fair,
in the tornado.
we all got caught on fire.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because of Baron.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh wait, did that add to my time? Hold on.
It does add to your time.
It
sir.
did. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We got 10 minutes.
Oh,
You gotta
nice.
go.
I'm up to
on
30
that
seconds.
sucker.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm
see?
at a
10
minute
minutes.
28.
Good lord, dude.
Yeah, 10
I
minutes
know.
is a lot.
But could you imagine? I think I don't know for sure. I haven't bothered to look it up, but it would be so good if you had that one to where if it was like acid rain and hail, no
And
longer
it didn't
affects
affect you. Oh, that would
that.
be nice.
That's why I'm like,
Or affects you way
Mm.
less.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go ask your
Plus,
dad.
there's a water tower that has a storm bunker underneath it,
Right.
and it's locked.
It is locked. We don't have a way of opening it right now.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just not in the game yet or if it's something you have to find.
I think I remember hearing someone say it's just something they haven't added to the game, and they will eventually. What is this about? Trying to repair a truck so that we can escape a bunch of
Well,
tornadoes and
confidence
storms.
all
I got like
boosted.
one or
We're
two
feeling
more in
good.
me.
We're ready
We're
for
feeling great.
nightmare.
I
And we're
think that
going,
was a practice
And then
round.
we're doing
This is gonna
hard.
be the
We're
one.
doing nightmare,
We're
right?
not
doing-
gonna
we're doing
set
hard? Is that what you're
everybody on
saying?
fire.
We did hard. That was hard. Some of us survived.
We're not going to set
Okay, we
everybody
don't have
on
to dwell
fire.
on past things. We could have just left that part of it out.
So,
Couldn't leave well enough alone.
Yeah, you didn't have to finish that sentence, but okay.
so
You have
time for
5 naders?
Nightmare. All right,
Woo!
great.
I think
good.
Nightmare's going to be easier.
Woo.
You start
Which one are we
starting
doing right now?
Absolutely.
You got a freaking dart in your neck.
got the hurting look.
Nightmare? We're doing
Nightmare?
Nightmare?
Are we doing nightmare?
mode.
Oh, I'm ready for
All right,
that.
I think we're ready. We're ready for nightmare. I don't know what it's going to bring,
Nightmare.
but let's do it. Nightmare.
Yep.
I have no idea what this is like. This is literally the first nightmare game that I think any of us have played. So it should be fine. Oh, shocker. Why does the world look on fire? Oh, because it is. Oh.
Oh my god.
Well, that explains everything. Oh my god, run! It's Barrett, he's on fire! Look, he's literally on fire and getting other people on fire. That son of a bitch. God damn it. What happened to the Phasmo? I'm pretty sure the Phasmo is still the Phasmo, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong.
Take home a package of Tennessee fried.
Newspaper, don't care. Oh, we didn't check the mission board. Shit. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, do we need a toolbox?
No, we have a toolbox and a jack.
It's a toolbox. I don't even see it.
You got it, Jack. I hear a bunch of fire.
No, it's not there. I don't know if Brake's seeing things, but I don't see the toolbox. Oh, yes! Oh, I'm glitched!
You know, I'm glad we talked about this.
Yeah, I'm happy we got to the bottom of it eventually. I was kind of worried. Yeah, it's gotta be, so there's game glitches, right? There's like the dart thing too. where like some people can touch the darts and some people can't touch.
Yeah, I don't know if that's still in the game or not. It might be the dart thing. I don't even know if we need this. I'm just gonna grab
Am I
it.
on the walkie-talkie right now? Sorry, my bad.
No, no, that's okay. That's okay. No, thanks for the follow.
Oh, sorry, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, how you doing?
There's a DC. I think there is.
Everything.
Hey!
That's all we need.
I don't even know if we need it. We never checked the mission board. Hey, we did need it. Lucky dogs. Oh, I hear a NATO. Oh shit. We don't have a crowbar. Oh, we do have a crowbar. Hold on. We got a crowbar. How long do you have to fix it? I think it's like 20 minutes before the F5 tornado comes and takes you away. Oh, that looks cool with the water tower there. Okay, we go. We go. We go. We go. We go. We go. Are you partnered with this game? I'm trying to be a creator for them though. They did give me keys, so I definitely have this game because of them.
But I think we ought to stick to growing potatoes.
Okay, we gotta stick to growing potatoes. Sign your waivers. Alright, let's see. Oh, another med kit. Oh, I should bring those back to the truck. Those could be nifty shifty. Tokens. Battery. Oh. Okay, I'll come back. I'll come back. I'll come back. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, 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 crap. Alright, I found a med kit. A med kit. I found a crowbar. I found a battery.
Thank you.
Okay. Difficulty, we're playing on Nightmare. This is our first time ever playing Nightmare. Give.
We need 4 tires.
Roger that. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey, look, a NATO.
Huh.
It sounds so aggressive. I can't see it. It's so dark. All right. I don't know if the old battery's been removed yet. Has it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right, removed. Tires. We'll have to get there. I'm gonna leave this outside. I'm gonna break to the truck. What's up, Elegant? How are you? All right. Nice. Oh boy, we have a dead one.
We're at,
Yep, out the back to the right. I'm on it.
well, hold on, because I can see him, and I don't take nearly as much. I can carry this. and
Oh,
I
do
can
you have less? Does it only take up
Yeah.
like 2 spaces?
Yeah, that's why I ran with
Oh,
this
nice. Okay.
guy. All right, go out the back, take a right, all the way down to
Yes,
the
sir.
end. All right.
Baron is on his way to collect the dead friend. In the jungle, the mighty jungle. I hear Chiba. I haven't seen a scanner in ages. In ages. McMeowster, hello, how are you? Or McMeow, sorry. Welcome in, big fan, appreciate it, man. We are playing Funnel Runners, which is a game where you need to repair a van before you get murdered by a tornado/storms. It's dark in this piece. I can't see anything. Oh shit. I'm running. When it gets really, really, really windy, that's when you know that a tornado is coming. I can hear it.
I mean, they're just.
Going garage to the garage. Okay, we already have a toolbox. We don't need that. Oh shit. Hey, if I don't make it, I need somebody to let Chiba know that I don't. Already did that house. Okay. Oh, look, a sunroof. This Phas update's crazy. Okay. Why did you not make it? Because the nader is trying to rip my face off. Oh, lights are coming back. There we go. That's a powerful Pulte. Ads are happening in like 3.5 minutes. Oh, is there a crowbar in here? Dude, this place has sounded better. Holy shit. Oh, hey. I'll take it. This will stop us from getting zapped by lightning strikes. Did we get a nader badge? You know, I'm kind of hesitant to do it whenever there's drops for Phas happening, but I could do a day where we have a badge. That's more important. I could do a day where we have a badge that you can earn by watching. That's like a tornado one. We could. Hey.
Down it.
I found a tire.
Found a dead guy.
Oh, cool. What do they look like? Oh, all right.
Here you go.
What the hell is that?
There was a dead guy behind me. I gotta go get him.
Oh my god, that was blur. Ray-Van, you son of a bitch!
You're welcome.
Whoever just revived me, thank you. Thank you.
That was me. You're welcome. We're about to die.
No, we're not.
Oh,
We're
it's
fine.
okay.
If we live, I have a deep fail.
All right, well, I got a
You
tire.
sure do. You can see that thing from space.
Let's see here. Fresh, delicious. Oh, thick crust. Let's go. Holy shitkins. I was getting pulled by that. Oh my god. Okay. Oh look, a toolbox. Do we already have a do we have a jack? Listen
Yeah,
here,
it's outside.
Okay, listen to your toolbox. Did you say it was already on the tire? On it. Jack is on. Removed it. Where's the other tires? Do we have more tires here?
Not here, no.
Shit. Okay. Ad break. Oh, ads are happening in like 30 seconds. I guess I'm off to go find some more shit. We gotta look. If we don't got the stuff. That's somebody standing in the... Oh my god. That's probably it. It got no gas in it. I really hate that we can't like vault over fences and shit. That's a friendly NATO. I have to go all the way to the front. That's so silly. Was I already in here? I probably was, right? Just break line of sight. Roger that. I feel like I don't even know at this point.
Oh, it's the flag.
I hear Chiba.
I was gonna say I keep hearing those noises. It sounds like a person. But no, it's not.
I'm a person!
Did you say hello, Muffin Man? Is that what you just said?
I said I'm a person.
Oh, okay. They said hello, Muffin Man.
Hello, Muffin Man.
That scared me. Okay, I don't think there's anything.
You're welcome.
Oh, wait, what's this room here? Is that where Fox was?
What can I say except we have done jack shit. We have a battery. There's no coolant.
Just
The slob like one of us.
Dude, we still need so much stuff.
We need a
I haven't
lot.
found anything.
We need a lot.
I have not. Oh, there's a battery.
Yeah, if it's clips
we don't
from
need
here,
it.
yeah.
Great.
If it's clips from here, of course. Yeah, we
Okay.
don't need it.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, whatever. That's the one thing I'm gonna find.
Just a slob like one of us. What just happened to Chiba? Chiba, what happened? Chiba now always on fire. Oh my god, that's what happened to him. Chiba, run. I mean, wait, you're dead. Wait, I'll carry you. It's okay, Chiba. Chiba died because he was on fire. We're not doing so hot. We're not doing so hot. Oh, hey, look, a defib. Don't mind if I do. Ah, chew. Oh, shit, that didn't work. Excuse me. Yeah.
Oh, let's go!
Welcome back.
Woo!
All
It
right.
feels so great not to burn alive.
All right. Somebody's dead in front of the truck to the
Watch
right.
out.
I mean, we're not going to make it out of here alive anyway.
What's that kill? I can't hear you on the
Shit.
account of the sirens.
I can't see squiddly shit. Is that a Baron? Oh my god. Come on, Baron. Come on. If we're not going to make it, we're not going to make it together.
Yeah, what do you think the chances of us coming out of the sky?
I got you, buddy. I got you, buddy. Ah, chew.
Achoo! Woo!
First break is all the way over there. Good luck. Yeah, we didn't get a lot done. I didn't find anything.
We didn't get much. I mean, you guys found 3 tires, and a battery, which is pretty impressive.
3 tires and a battery.
3 tires and a battery.
Oh,
That's about it. We don't. Oh!
got him.
Who was that?
Baron.
Oh, it's not Barry. Yeah, the paddle shattered. Help! Help! Okay, Barry. Help! Help! Help!
can bring him back in the tornado. I got this. Here we go. Shock the tornado. Oh my God. Sink.
Yeah. Jimmy, I just got revived to die again forever.
Have you tried falling into a manhole?
Keep
and watching
Chiba
that?
blasting
I
up
have
again. Is kill still?
not. Money Chicken, welcome in. How are you? Morg, thank you for the 7 months. Money Chicken, thank you for the raid. Wow. I'd recommend. Okay. That was spicy. So, how's everyone doing? Everyone all right?
Oh, nearly.
Wow.
Nearly.
Got a couple more
Just like
defibs
another
on there.
2 minutes, we'd have got that.
Oh, 3 more defibs. Let's go.
I'm at 2 minutes and 7 seconds for being set on fire.
I am at
Wow.
55.
Working on it.
Did you not
39.
sabotage us this time?
Ma'am, if I remember correctly, I believe there was one person running around reviving people, handing out med kits.
52
Yeah,
seconds.
the first
I'm
you
way off.
set me on
I think that was me.
fire.
Yeah,
need
first
10
I'm
minutes.
sour and then I'm sweet.
I'm way off from that.
You're
Okay.
not
Can I pick up the darts?
Chinese food.
No, I can't.
What? No.
Wait, what?
You never seen Sour Patch Kids? Jesus.
I want Chinese food. I don't think
Yeah,
Sour,
now I
Sour
know.
Patch Kids are
Sorry.
Chinese
Sorry.
food.
Lighting you on
Chinese
fire.
You're
food?
not candy.
Sour Patch
Yeah.
Kids and Chinese food.
Apparently, I'm thinking about sweet and
Sour
sour
than
chicken.
sweet. I'm not General
Oh,
So's
you guys
chicken.
You know what I learned? You guys don't have sweet and sour chicken balls in the States, don't you? Do you have
What?
those or no?
Sweet
That-
and
that
sour
what
chicken
probably-
balls.
Sweet, yeah, yes, sweet and sour chicken balls. It's like a
We've-
staple.
We've got them here in Scotland, don't worry.
Thank you. Okay, so Europe and Canada has them, but not the U.S. apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, but
it's- that's
Scotland
like,
also
that's
has like
chicken
that whole
balls.
sheep's bladder and like deep fried whatever.
They do have that. This is
Why,
true.
You can't
why
trust
are you
them,
saying
yeah.
that as if it's
They
a
do, but they're
problem?
not good in the U.S.
They
I,
do
I
have
never
that.
said that it was. I'm just saying, maybe take it with a grain of salt. Is all I'm saying.
I'm being
No,
told,
no, no, no. Sweet,
I'm being told
sweet
that
and
they
sour
are in
chicken
the
balls are
U.S., but
light.
they're not good.
Fucking what?
Someone said they're in the States, but they're not good.
I don't know who that person is,
I just heard they
but
weren't.
they
that
are
good.
wrong.
I'm
They are
being
very
told
wrong.
that they're so good.
Respectfully, very
So
wrong.
Who do we believe?
Well,
We
maybe they're
trust-
saying that we have them. They're just awful, but with you guys, they're not awful. Like they're good there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're saying.
I think it's like maybe not as common. Like it's not like here. It's like
Yeah.
a staple. Like chicken fried rice and chicken balls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're saying that
It's
the
like a
U.S. does
staple.
not make them well, is what they're saying.
Oh, was someone
that
just
makes sense.
insulting you.
Yeah.
It is a travesty, right? Yeah,
Oh,
that
you
is a
chicken ball.
travesty. How do you have Chinese food without chicken balls? Exactly. I don't know how either.
How do you have Chinese food
Anyway.
without chicken balls? What did he just say?
I didn't even know that chickens had bones.
I didn't realize they were.
Exactly, yes,
I didn't
it's
realize
the
they were
best
big
thing
enough
of
to be a
Chinese
center of the
buffet.
dish.
Yeah,
It is. Well, they're pretty big
Being
balls, Flash, if you've ever
appetizer,
seen them.
You know.
Ow!
My God, is that a song of
Am
her?
I the female character? in the
Hi.
game? I
Yes.
might be.
Hi.
Am
Oh,
I?
hey, how are you?
Oh, hey, how are you? Turn down song a touch. There we go.
All right, so
There goes.
I'm a
All right,
lonely level
besides
3. I
chicken
have, like,
balls, so
nothing.
we did not do well on Nightmare.
it's rough. It's rough.
With more people,
But-
it really scales. I mean, it really makes you do a lot of
yeah.
stuff.
And now there's 6 of us, so this should be good.
Balls
do we
keeps
wanna-
getting auto
do we
help,
wanna
which is
stick
funny.
with Nightmare? Do
Are
we
the
wanna
balls
go back to
breaded?
hard for a
That's a
minute?
great question.
I mean, I'm
Hey, so before we get into that, hey, the chicken balls, are they breaded chicken balls or are they just like, little sacks
They
of meat
just
that are
naked.
like
They're
Are
battered.
they just naked?
batter?
Naked chicken balls.
Battered chicken balls.
Battered chicken balls. Okay, okay. Roger that. That sounds fine.
Okay.
You got song note, you'll be
someone
fine.
send
I'm
some
not
to me
sure about
so
that.
I can try them.
Chicken balls? I don't know. I feel like we need to have like a chicken ball stream and like everybody tries one.
Yeah, like a chicken balls mukbang or something. That'd go. That'd go viral probably.
Chicken balls mukbang.
Chicken ball mukbang.
My God. All right, which one, are we doing normal? Maybe we
Oh,
should do
yeah, I
normal
guess
and
we're
make sure
not
we can
seeing-
succeed.
I think I'm just glitch. I'm not seeing people's outfits.
All I'm
Yeah.
saying is that I have succeeded in 1 out of 3.
I mean, if you
training,
want to like
training
leave,
runs,
I can
so you
invite
got
you
me
back,
now.
Chiba, and see if that fixes it.
Tweak, thank you for
You
the
want to
follow,
try
by the
that?
way.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
glitched. I can't pick up
if
darts.
You want, like,
It'll
restart
probably
the
it'll
game.
probably be okay when we get into the game.
Yeah, we'll try.
No,
Yeah.
because he was having
Just play
like
this with
decent
Blondie.
issues
I had a
where like
defib
he
quite a
couldn't see
bit.
the toolbox sitting on the
I
table.
couldn't see the
That's why-
toolbox. Yeah, Break had to throw it at me.
Yeah, I
Maybe
had
to
that
actually
same
see it.
thing too. I accidentally got caught on fire and I couldn't
Flash.
see it.
What?
Oh, that
Wow.
old thing, eh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Look down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't.
You got caught on fire like 7
Stop.
times too. Eh?
Yeah,
Hard to
it
see
was
that.
really weird.
Really weird, yeah. These glitches in the game, I tell you.
Flash. Oh my god.
Got him killed. Did you see that?
Look down. Look down.
Look down, mukbang. What? Oh, god damn. I looked down. There was nothing there. Oh, man. We have a lot of people that can be taken by tornadoes now. I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh, we have a jack and a toolbox already, by the way. And a defib.
What about a Jill?
A what? A jolt?
Yeah, Jack and Jill.
Oh, I see what you did. Get out. Go to the gas station. Go wait at the gas station. We'll pick you up later. Who's all in there right now? Can I show you who's in here right now? We have Break, Kill, Song, Chiba, and Baron, who's apparently Chinggis's good boy. Or so they say. Oh, shit. Yeah, we do. He is right. I heard we need all 4 tires.
Yeah, and a battery.
And a battery.
bullet.
Oh, cool.
And
I don't have crowbar.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah, basically. What the hell's in there? Oh, there's videotape in there. Oh, we need tokens. We don't need Oh, it's getting windy out there. Oh no, sounds like naders. Oh look, a defib on a bed. Where's the nader? Oh. It's right there. Oh shit. Oh no. It was a prank. It was just a prank. It was just a prank.
Easy, Jonesy. You're gonna be just fine. Don't worry about it. Your first time, that's okay. Follow me.
Oh, wait, hold on. Woo! Oh shit! Yeah, oh yeah, it tore part of the roof off where I was. Baron, not good. It used to be a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Baron, you should run. You should probably run. That's good job.
I did it.
Woo!
Hey, I got you a med kit there
yeah.
too.
Thanks, pal. That's not a med
You're
kit.
welcome.
Wait,
That's a med kit.
what the heck?
Right there.
It gets all
There's a
pixelated because
battery
of that screen. I don't know if I can
and a
fix that. I can't. I'm recording though.
2
Well,
items.
thank you.
There's
You
the-
are a gem and a
Oh,
gentleman.
fuck, acid rain. Woo!
Is it?
No, I think it's just regular rain.
Oh,
but
okay. You're
It
so,
could be lightning.
so aggressive. Okay. Let's need that for the skizzer jack. Let's take the battery, put that in. Bye, house. It is pretty cool seeing the F4 just absolutely dismantle a home. All right, batteries installed. It's
Oh, we
just
do.
a day
Oh,
away.
perfect.
All right.
Beautiful.
It's on. Hey. Ain't never gonna break my stride. Ain't never gonna hold me down. Oh no. Got to keep on moving. All right. Got the jack. On the next one. There you go. If that zapping could stop, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
Tell it to knock it off.
Maybe it's like, maybe you should touch it.
don't
Maybe it
wanna
would
touch
stop then.
I don't want to touch it.
Maybe you should.
I don't want to touch
Give it a
it.
little poke.
Stop.
Do we need a toolbox, Elmer?
That's a negative on the toolbox. A negative, as in we do have one already. Over.
Roger that, over.
Oh, shit. Oh, sorry, I'm on the watch.
All right, it was good talk.
I agree, thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and use this. When in Rome, as they say. Is there somebody outside the truck right now? If there is, they definitely they were. Okay. No, I think we're all right. We're all right. We're all right. All right. We're good. We're good. All right. We need to change 2 more tires. We need fuel and oil. Has anyone found anything else? Over.
I am coming back with portable radar and fuel.
I have to tell you, you're my hero.
Duh.
You listen here. I can see how far away the nader is. Oh my God, another defib. Get out of here, dude. Do we need coolant? Wait. Shit balls. We don't need coolant. We need oil. It needs to be yellow. Fuck. Nothing. Are messages going through? Yeah, I can see him, Apocalypse. Yeah. I'm so out of breath. Parkour.
Do we need a scissor jack, over?
Nope, we have a skizzer jack at the truck. Over.
Toolbox.
Toolbox is at the truck. Over.
Toolbox.
Don't call me Toolbox Unit 91.
Oh, I have found a 3rd tire.
That's hot. I have found oil. I did that through the radio. I don't know why. Need to get to a house.
I got the last tire. Who's right here?
There's oil over there.
I haven't. Well, we do. Wait, we need 2 oils, don't we?
Need 2 oils.
Yeah. Yeah, you right. Is it over here? Am I lost? I'm lost. Oh shit.
Oh, that's you.
How far is it? 1.3 miles. I should have made note of where the truck was based on the location, but I didn't. That's okay. Play this game makes me want to watch Twister. I need to see if I have that video. My man.
Oh, hell yeah. We got 4 tires now.
Hell yeah, brother.
Now we just need that oil.
You mean that oil? It's done.
Oh my God, look at that. I watched that full completion before my eyes.
That's what he
There it is.
said.
Something tells me we're no longer on nightly, right?
Hey,
Oh.
something tells me you should probably get in the truck.
Yeah, no, don't tell me twice. Has Chiba died every round? No.
Jeez,
Actually, I'm living currently.
Oh my God.
A little bit. Wait, no.
Enjoy! Don't get caught on fire!
Baron, you'll be fine. Just, you're fine. Just duck.
Take cover! Take cover in the house!
Tell it that you love it.
Jump in the manhole!
Sweet
You-
nothings in his ear.
Is he okay? I think Barrett?
Oh, Greg.
I swear I thought you got taken. Oh man, I was looking on the radar. I was like, I'm gonna see his little blip
Take
go
more than that
flying.
to pick me out. No.
There's
I'm
another.
ready.
Wait, is that a different one or is
I'm
that the
ready.
same?
You
Same
brought
count.
the
Another-
meter.
I thought we had the fourth tire. Did we? Did we have the fourth tire?
Do we have
Yeah,
the
we
fourth
just need to
tire?
Put it on.
I thought.
I thought Barrett had the fourth. I had the third tire, so I thought he. There it is. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it showed for me.
Oh, never mind. We don't need it. Cool. Okay,
We're good now, yeah.
That's all that matters. You know?
I think
Oh
we just
my
use
God.
them. No, if you're not in the truck, then you don't get a cup. Oh.
Oh man.
I got the
Do they
oil.
know?
want
No,
none of
I think
this.
they do know. No,
Do
no,
a
no,
great
no.
song.
I'm just kidding.
Now we got
You're
oil.
not. You rub the
no, no,
paddles
no.
together and everything.
Oh,
Yeah, rub 'em together.
Oh, they're gonna fight.
Can you shock yourself?
Fight,
Is that possible?
Fight,
Look, I don't know what you guys are talking
fight,
about.
fight.
Goodness.
No, I don't want any part of that. Okay, thanks. I just want to watch.
Oh my.
The way they like flail and like crumple up is hilarious.
Payback's a
Steven,
bitch.
That's my kink.
Oh, bad for you. Kill loves it.
Kill loves it.
See you later, Stinky. Got him. Oh wait.
Crushed it.
Weaponized. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Barrett. Barrett.
Come in, over.
Barrett, are you gonna ride the nader?
Barrett. I do believe there is a nader outside.
You gonna ride it? Have
I'm gonna
fun.
fight that nader.
Ride it, ride it. You won't.
Ride the nader. You loop it. Loop it real good.
Loop it real good.
It's a demon.
It's a demon. It's a jackal.
It's a jackal.
Jackal,
It's that new ghost that I don't know how to pronounce.
Hold on. He's got this.
Oh, the dildo ghost?
He's got this. Hold on.
The dildo ghost.
He's got
How you
this.
say
This
it,
is
Song?
easy.
Yeah, the
Did you
dildo
say
ghost?
dildo
No.
ghost?
Dildo
He
ghost?
did.
Yeah.
Watch
what I
him.
said.
Watch this.
Oh, is that actually? That's not.
Watch.
What it
This is how you conquer a NATO. Oh, he's dead. Did I just see his body go fly?
You
He was
Chicagoans.
like there and then he was gone.
I think did I just see him get launched? If he's out
might
the
have
truck to
Did
the
you
back
see
to
him
the
come
right,
out of it?
I think I might have.
Oh my god.
Hold
He
on.
might have
There's
gotten
two. Oh my god. There are two F4
Oh my
tornadoes
God.
side by side.
It's fine. It's just a
The double twister.
Look, this is the rare nader mating.
Dude, they're touching
ritual
now.
you hear about.
They're
mating.
mating. They're mating.
This is how we get baby naders. Oh my god.
You know those little ones you see that spawn up like in the ocean and stuff like that?
Yeah.
That's how.
They're so cute. This is how it
They're
happens.
so
everybody.
cute.
Avert your eyes. I don't think we're gonna be. there's nothing
By the way,
fair in this, I don't think.
when
yeah,
two
I
naders love each other very much.
am almost certain that I saw him come flying out of it.
I would not.
That would have been amazing.
I would not
if you
be
did.
surprised.
All right.
All right, we leave him without him, or we
Impregnator.
I'll leave it with that. Impregnate.
Someone said impregnator.
Oh god.
I'm going to go get him. Is that coming to me? Or is that the one that just passed us? That just passed us, right?
So you think he's over here somewhere?
All right. I think I saw him over this way. I did. I got you, boo-boo. Oh, shit, run. Oh, my God. Barrett, I don't know where that NATO's going. We got this. You're fine. Just go. Come on. I'll hold the door. Never mind. Okay. You're fine. Come on. Run faster. Okay. All right, maybe we can find some energy drinks in here or something. Oh, look, fuses. That'll help you.
Oh, no. Oh, man. That's gonna hit this
Oh,
spot.
thank God. Let me give that a lick. It's 0.8 miles away. We're okay, but we just. All right, are you looking?
Get out of here.
Okay.
Save yourself.
Oh, no, I can't do this without you. Oh shit! We might want to go downstairs. Barrett! Don't make me come up there.
I'm okay. I've been
Okay.
throwing a lot of things.
All right. You're right. You're right. Did I say all right? Is that what I meant?
I got it.
All right. So
You know,
when
I'm
we
just gonna walk it. I'm just gonna walk it off. You know, that's the way to do it right there. Tell you what, you just get the van and you just bring it back around, and it'll be okay.
Okay. We got this.
Yeah, don't you worry about me.
All right. I'm gonna try to find you an energy drink or something.
All right.
We're gonna try to be helpful. If I get him an energy drink, then he's got all the stamina in the world, and he'll be fine. Maybe we'll get lucky. Nothing. Nothing. Is that another tornado, dude? Holy shit. Good.
No, the big one was over here. There was one that spawned right on top of, like, literally
Hey,
where
hey,
where
you
Baron
sack of
was
shit.
found at.
All right, Baron is on his way. I couldn't find an energy drink.
Oh, is he limping?
He's having a hard time. I have a med kit I could give him. I have a med kit I can bring him. Are you proposing with oil?
Oh, there's a bandage
I'm trying to keep
right
him
there.
hydrated.
Trying to keep him hydrated.
The F5 is only 0.5 miles away, so you know.
All right, open her up.
Oh, I see him. He's right here.
Where is he? Where is he?
Baron!
Barrett!
Oh, he's over there.
Where you said? Oh. Here you go. Here, big guy. Okay. Just drink it while you're walking.
Great. Can I get a carry?
It's a surge. You'll be fine. Look.
Oh, well, I appreciate it.
All right, now touch that wire.
Well, at least you got in the truck.
Perfect. It threw you into the truck. Oh my God. What is happening? You're electrocuting everybody. God damn it. Who's on the umbrella? It's so unlucky.
No, Baron's dead again. It's me. Okay, now, why am I being electrocuted again?
Where?
Oh my God. Okay, stop touching each other when you're electrified.
That would be bad. All right, don't do that. Okay.
You know, I'm just gonna go outside.
God damn it. In a shocking discovery, we figured out.
We should probably get out of here.
Probably.
Well, someone start the truck.
I'm gonna die.
Oh.
Oh no!
I got it. There you go. All right, get us out of here, please. Please. Stop.
Okay.
Please.
the love of God, let's go!
It doesn't end. Words you can only hear in a flash stream. Stop touching each other while electrified. Hey. They have meaning, though. do you mean? Too bad there isn't a suit for being electrocuted. You'd think there would be. I mean, there kind of is. Oh, there's a suit for electrocuting other people. Yeah, it's okay. Dun, 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 banana.
Wow. He survived.
Alive.
This is my electric chair.
Great job.
We did so well. Do I have it now?
Hey guys, well done.
Oh my God, one
All right,
more.
I think that's going to be it for me, guys. I appreciate
Alrighty,
the invite,
sir.
guys.
Appreciate the
Thank you,
Thank
games.
you guys very, very much.
Goodbye,
And
Mr.
good.
Barron.
You know, and
Good
I just
night.
want to say I just appreciate each and every one of you guys, and more so just out of everything else.
Go on. Oh, where'd he go?
Aw. My words
There
of
was a hook there. I
affirmation.
know it.
Oh man, he's
Aw.
gone.
Oh
I'm sad.
man, I've never felt so empty inside. All right, hard mode.
Oh, well, what were we playing? Was that not hard mode?
That was normal.
Oh, that seemed why. That's why it was so easy.
Normal.
I was gonna say I felt so accomplished. I thought that we were finally coming together as a team and we nailed it. And you're telling me that that was easy mode.
Yeah.
With
It's okay.
we had to do
It wasn't easy.
Oh my
Easy is training. It was normal.
Look,
Well,
it's like
yeah,
he's
that's
still
fair.
here.
There, look at it. Oh my God. The resemblance is uncanny.
Yeah,
He's
really
really missing
is.
his
for the
goggles.
firefighter.
He doesn't even have
There
a
it
shirt
is.
on. That
Yeah.
seems normal.
Oh wait,
It
hold
does,
on. I'll make it a little more realistic. Hold on.
Shaking you have the nip knobs.
No, he's electrocuted.
I was gonna say we need
Oh, I thought
electricity
it
on
was
there.
inside
Or
of a neighbor.
fire.
Well, he's got to be on fire as well.
Oh,
I mean,
on
that's how he
fire.
spent most
Oh,
of
yeah,
the game.
sorry,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
it's got to
you're
be on
right.
fire.
Okay, hold on. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
The flames make the man. There it is.
Flames make the
Well,
man.
now he just looks like Goku. Baron and his nip knobs. Yeah.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Absolutely perfect. Couldn't have done it better myself.
Lovely.
I
Teamwork.
would say that's art.
Absolute teamwork.
Modern day Michelangelo.
That looks perfection.
How
That's
much money do you
perfect.
think we can sell that for?
Absolutely.
You know, I bet if we put that bad boy on a sticker, I bet we'd get a good solid $3. Never
I,
felt
I
more.
was I was gonna say $3.5
He
to
said never felt
$4.
more offended. I look. How dare?
Well, $3.5, $4 Canadian or US though. You got to.
That's a great question. If it's Canadian, that's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
$1,000 US.
Oh, easily
Right,
$1,000.
right,
Yeah.
That's
right.
pretty much a down payment on a house at that point.
Madagascarian.
Madagascarian. What the hell?
Madagascarian. Sounds like a Harry Potter spell.
Madagascarian. Oh, gee. Oh no, the tornado in the background. Oh no. Oh, missed opportunity. We'll be okay. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Teamwork. That's my flashlight.
Okay.
I just hear, okay. All right. Battery, fuse, 2 tires, coolant. Oh, we need 2 things of coolant, 2 things of fuel. Hey, just a side note, we probably need 2 things of coolant and fuel. A little too quiet. There's usually stuff outside the gas station, so I'm gonna try to look around a little bit. See that box of tissues right there? Dead giveaway. Drawing's worth $2 million Canadian, which is about $199 US. Let's go. Mr. 420, have a wonderful night, friend. Appreciate you. Ooh, energy drink. Oh, energy pills. We're gonna be all kinds of wired. Hey, what's up, Southern? How you like the game? The game's great. This is a wonderful friend game.
Battery acquired. I repeat.
Ooh, that's boarded up. Moving on. Shit, you know what? I'm gonna try to go to the front. But yeah, the game is great. Oh, son of a bitch! You're already here. Is there a
Yeah,
crowbar?
I'm already
Is there a
here.
crowbar in here?
I don't know. I just got in here.
All right. Oh gosh, darn it! I found one thing of coolant.
Nice. I'll go upstairs.
Roger that. All right, let's go this way. How do you know you need more than one? Because of the bars. You see how low, like, each bar is like one thing of coolant? I think so. Oh, thank God it's not boarded up. Say there's a tornado spawning. It's not that close, though. Gosh, darn it. I'm hoping just to find a crowbar in the house, but I guess not. All right, got one thing of oil. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
Hey, how are you? Life has a friend. Good night, Woods.
Anything
Woods,
else,
sorry.
unless there's something in the garage of this one, I think
I was hoping for a crowbar, but I never found a crowbar. Oh, shit. Man, I just watched it rip apart part of that house.
It's moving and grooving.
That's an aggressive nader. Holy dude. God dang. When you put in like one fuel, it'll tell you if you need one more to fill it up. Yeah, exactly. Crowbar. Uh-oh. No, it's going away. We're good. Except I hear literally, I think another one's spawning. Maybe not. Okay, never mind. It's gone. The hope was that I would go in here and find something useful. Like an umbrella. Thank God. And another crowbar. Hey, do we have a scissor jack?
That is a big negative on a scissor jack, but we do have a toolbox.
Also, there's a crowbar in the truck.
Well, yeah, but I was all the way over here, and I was looking for one over here. But I did find a scissor jack and coolant, and I'm on the way in a second.
G?
What the hell did you just call me? Did that just turn? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Crowbars take up 2 spots unless you are a specific character, which I am the sheriff, so it only takes up 1. Kind of like if you're the firefighter, the defib only takes up 2 spots instead of 3. It's a perk of being that character. So each one of them has a little perk. There could be shit over here too. But we need to get this back first. That looks like it's just a newspaper. Maybe not. The sheriff with the latex gloves. Well, yeah, safety first.
Flash.
That's me. Hi.
Crowbar?
No, I don't need it right now. I had one on me. Hey, I'm gonna run.
Oh, okay.
Miss you.
Okay, bye.
I wonder if it'll take away the water tower or if it just bends it. It's probably okay, but you know, better safe than sorry.
Hello?
Hi. Oh,
Hi. What you doing?
I'm just hanging out. What are you doing?
Oh, I got coolant. I'm gonna go pour it in the engine.
Oh, that's nice. What if he got taken by the tornado? Do you know how funny that would be? Is Mickey Mouse? Is Mickey Mouse fixing my car?
Yes, help!
Oh!
Listen, there was a moment there where the tornado was like on the truck, okay? I was like crouched outside of it.
Check oil.
Woohoo!
Oh.
Oh, Minnie!
Oh, yeah. I have not done the Mary Poppins yet.
God dang it, dude. They won't stop.
What?
Another tornado.
The Nader?
Yeah,
Oh my
tornado.
god. What do we? Oh, I still need coolant, even though I put some in. 2 tires, coolant,
Close.
and fuel for the tank.
All right, well, when this dissipates, maybe I'll be all right. I might go out there in a second. Oh, okay. I guess I'm going out now. All right, coolant. All right, coolant is done.
Have we found any tires?
Yeah, it's a big 10 no on the tires there, good buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
You're gonna say no as well.
I got coolant though, if that helps.
You mother fathers. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that spicy rain?
I was searching some houses and I found a copy of your Apex tape.
Hey, let's go. Another tape for the collection. Let's go. Well, I needed a crowbar, but she took it.
Can I eat my canola bar for health?
Yeah, she took the crowbar. There was one by the park you passed by. Ah, open floor plan. Nice. I dig. Ran past the tire behind the truck at the end of the block. Okay. Crowbar. Let's go. Okay, there was a house right there. Thank you, Juju. Can't really go right now, though. Like what you did with the place. Thanks. A little redecorating, huh? Uh-oh. I'm in the bathtub. You know the drill. What if this did actually protect you more? If you were inside of a bathtub? In the game. That'd be kind of cool. Gotta go. It's owl rain. It's ouchie rain. I gotta go off the street. Holy shit. Open the door. Open says me. What the shit? Okay. There we go. Should be able to Indiana Jones it. On the Nuketown map, just hide in the fridge. Yeah. Fuses, we need fuel. Yeah, I'll take a granola bar though. Fuel, we need tires, which we said there might be one at the end of the block, maybe. Oh shit. Oh look, the bathroom. Oh shit, there's no tub. Oh my! I had to get out of there because of the acid rain, but because I did, the tornado took me. Oh no! Oh no. So close with this so hard. God damn. Wow, that was one aggressive NATO. All right, so kill and break her alive. Yeah, me, Chiba, and Song. Where's Break? All right, Break's on the search. Okay. Oh, look, she found a tire. Can we hear her in game? Like this? The floppiness of the newspaper
I
gets me.
found a tire.
Oh, yes, I can.
I'm gonna try and make it back to the truck, but I'm
She
not
almost
sure how
walked
far I am.
directly into a downed wire. Now that says good. I wonder at what point is it bad? Like, I don't see her actual health. I just see good. So I imagine when it gets low enough, it'll be bad. Maybe like a quarter health. Oh, damaged. Okay.
Oh no.
I'm curious how low her health is. Oh, dangerous must be like quarter health or something. Oh, she should have ducked into a house to find some health. Oh no. And she's about to cross paths with a tornado.
Break, no.
Look, what are you gonna do? Oh my god.
Whee!
Well, I believe that's all of us. Damn, dude. It's so aggressive. We tried our best. We did so good. I'm level 17. I'm almost able to do Nightmare myself.
Well, that was
Well, that
I didn't know I was the only one alive.
yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, I did watch you basically like charge the tornado. I do like the chicken strats.
Yeah,
I was about to die from the acid rain anyway.
I saw that. Yeah.
yeah.
That's probably
I
gonna be
could
the
get-
last one for me for tonight.
There were 4 naders pinning me down
Okay.
one after another.
Yeah.
I was like,
But you guys have the bestest of times. I will be watching.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to try nightmare mode another
You guys got
time.
this. Yeah, you got it. All right, friends. Thank you for the
game,
games.
sir. Have a good night.
No, you have a good night.
Thank
Oh, and
you.
also never
Get the
forget. All right. Let's get out of here. Can you rate them? Oh, I will. No. Don't worry about it. I got it. But of course. All right. Let us go raid Friendo so that way you guys can continue watching some more Funnel Runners. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. I am going to go spend some time with the missus because tomorrow morning she is leaving for the weekend and it'll be me and the kids. They're like convinced. Like, so we're talking about dinners and lunches and stuff for this weekend and talk about what we're going to make and all that jazz. They are dead set on wanting like a TV dinner. I was like, why? He's like, they're so good. It's like, dude, I think we've had I think since you've been alive, we've had TV dinners, I think once. He's like, yeah, but I remember it really well. So I might let them have one. Hi, Mr. Rafa. Hello, sir. So we're going to go shopping tomorrow we need some food in the house. Better than reality. Yeah. Trust me, I was raised on like crap food. When I say crap food, I mean like just like cheap food. So when I do get cheap food, it actually is pretty good. But we try to make okay food. I was grilling chicken yesterday. Make sure at least I don't like the brownie though. Honestly, it's really weird. I don't know how to explain it. I can remember the taste of like chicken from one of those dinners and it actually being okay. Like, and it actually being pretty good. I don't know why. It just stands out in my brain. Ray Van, thank you for being here, friendo. Oh man, good times. Grew up on ramen. My daughter asked for ramen nonstop. I need to get her one of those ramen bowl thingies I see on TikTok. I need to get her one of those because she's a ramen fiend. I try not to let her have it too much because they're salty AF, but she loves it. She loves it so much. Never had it. It's okay. I like cup of noodles way more than I like just like the ramen pack things. Cup of noodles is so good. Yeah. But yeah, you obviously have to watch how much you do because it's so salty. Yours does too? Oh man. She wants it all the time. We'll make some really, really good homemade things. She's like, can I have ramen? Get the Shin ramen. I want to take her to like a real, like legit ramen place because I don't know if I've ever been to one. Is she a Naruto fan? Not that I'm aware of. Why is the stuffed worst for us so delicious? It's just life, man. The way that it goes. The Bulldog? No, not those. No. You can find them on Amazon. Chopsticks that clip into the lid. That sounds good. Yeah, it's the ones that like you basically can microwave it in the bowl or whatever, and then like you can drain it and then eat it right out of the bowl and all that jazz. Yeah, I think that's, I'm gonna look for one for her. I think she would love it. Yeah, the game is great. Blue Green, if you have never played it, it's fantastic. It's obviously early access, so they're going to be working on things over time, but it's really good. It's a lot of fun. It's crazy. It's just, I don't know. The tornadoes look so good, and the visuals of watching it destroy a house is so good. The sound is really good. Getting it soon. I would recommend it for sure. Yeah, this game has been a blast. We always look forward to playing it more and more. Chiba's going to die. Tips, be extra cautious early on. Be extra cautious. Hold on, I don't want you guys to miss this in case some shit happens because he might die immediately. Be extra cautious because you never know what's going to happen. So, but you will start to learn A, the strength of the tornadoes, and B, how far away you can be without being taken away. So the more you play, you're going to start to learn. I only have so many hours in this. It's not a lot. I'm only level 17. I'm not even level 20 yet. I can't even unlock Nightmare. But it's fun. Challenging, but fun. It feels like the more people you play with, it's really hard. It feels like when you play with like 6 or like 8, almost a full lobby, it's way harder because you need everybody to work together to get everything. On solo, it's only so much. So solo, I was able to perfect everything that I had. So I don't know. Played with the max of 4. Yeah, it was a lot. Oh, wrong scene. Okay. More people you have, the more hectic the storm gets. Yeah, and the more stuff you have to do too. How to earn the rewards for the Phas ID? Whenever I'm streaming Phasmo. So tomorrow night, I will probably be streaming more Phas. I'd say the odds are high because, like I said, the missus will be out of town. The kiddos will be asleep. So the chances of me streaming are pretty high. Tomorrow during the day, we will have our, Patreon day. So we'll play some Phas together, which will be freaking awesome. And I'll be doing that for a couple hours and then go rest and chill with the fam. Yeah. Did I get the badge? Oh, the Willow badge. Yes. Yeah, I got it earlier today. Yeah. I'll probably make a video out of it. It considers everyone proficient player. Well, they are mistaken because we are not. We are absolutely not. And go to the box. Wait, what? But thank you guys so much for being here. Let us go raid. If you are not already in the Discord or following any of the socials, all the links are there in chat, friends. Let us go raid. I appreciate you. If you're a follower, that's for you. Subs, that's for you. Creepy tier 3s, obviously you have your own. Let us go say hi to our friendos who are still playing Funnel Runners. It is such a good freaking game. You will love it, I promise. I do promise. All right, let's get this. Thank you guys for the subs and the biddies. I appreciate you. Listen, I went a day without drinking a soda. That is a damn good day. A day without having to take in anything nasty. Fantastic. Proud of you. Thank you, Mr. Alpha. It's good seeing you, sir. Apparently I have 13 out of 35. Oh, nice. I need to check on the achievements. Makes me sad. How dare you? All right. Let's go say hi to Cheebs. Make sure that you guys are watching Break as well. Break is streaming too. Check out all the friends. It's inevitable. No, it's not. All right. You guys are awesome. I will see you guys tomorrow for more fun and shenanigans, probably later in the night. Peace.